Hey everybody, welcome back to ESL King of the Hill. I'm here with...
TampaBison.
Are you TampaBison? Because for a while there, you were Booker.
Yeah. That's my original nickname.
That's your original nickname. So are you sticking now with TampaBison? I feel like in 6 months, am I going to be calling you Booker again, or are we sticking...
I think it might be a CEO thing.
Like a CEO only? You're only Booker? Oh, so wait, are you saying post-CEO you will remain Booker?
No, I might just be Booker for CEO. You know,
that's the only
town type stuff. Yeah.
Oh, okay, because it's the hometown kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Speaking of which, you are from Florida. What do you think about the scene out there, and how is it that you usually train? Is it a lot of offline stuff? Is it online? You know, is it a mix?
Not a lot of offline stuff outside of TNS's.
Okay.
By Tong Lee.
Yeah.
You know, he's a Marvel player. If you ever heard of him.
I've definitely heard of Tong Lee.
Yeah, he runs TNS Tampa Never Sleeps. So usually every couple of months he'll throw one of those. I'll go to it. But other than that, it's a lot of online stuff. So
a lot of online stuff. Okay.
Yeah.
You know, speaking of which, you play Bison, who's talked about as a very strong character. I feel like, especially online, that's where that character really gets the job done. What do you think about your character Bison this season?
Oh, he's great. He's perfect. He's perfect. 3-frame normal. Devil's Verse is a little busted, but I don't care. There's
nothing wrong with a little busted. Everybody's got a little busted. That's what you need, right?
Yeah, I'm just willing to admit it. You know,
yeah.
Unlike some other Balrog players in the studio today.
Some Balrog players. Uh-oh.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm definitely one of the better people in the FGC in terms of that. I just don't.
What is it, like diligence? What is your phrase? There's like 3 words there that are incredibly important.
Diligence, domination, and I forgot the third one.
Defense?
Because, defense.
Defense. That's the one.
Oh,
diligence,
God. I don't want to forget it today.
Defense. Yeah, don't forget your defense over there. If you don't have defense, well, diligence and domination are probably good enough with Bison.
Yeah.
You know, those 2 things. Defense is going to be important. We'll see if
not Street Fighter 5, huh?
Not in Street Fighter 5. All right. You know, speaking of which, you said you like your character a lot. You know, I hear a lot of people talking, as you mentioned, about Balrog. I hear a lot of naysayers saying he is not that strong, maybe not as good as a lot of people think. What do you think about that character?
I don't like the character.
You don't like that character?
I don't like the character. I got whispered, so I might get angry.
Yeah, you gotta make sure people don't know about it.
Yeah, I think he's corner carry.
Corner carry.
I can just say buzzwords. You don't even have to explain. Just corner carry. He hits low.
V trigger.
Death.
Target combo.
Pain.
Pain.
Yeah, it's a lot of. The character's just a lot of.
Is that the new if you switch to Balrog, you don't have to have the 3Ds anymore. It'll be corner carry, death, pain.
Yeah. Yes.
That'll be your catchphrase. Okay.
DDP.
DDP. Exactly. Everybody knows about that. So, other question I wanted to ask you is your opponent today is LPN. He plays like 11 characters, 12 characters, he says, according to himself. I feel like it's closer to 15.
He plays the whole cast.
He plays the whole cast?
Yeah.
Is there any character for him that you're more afraid of, less afraid of? How do you feel approaching someone like LPN who plays like 11 characters? He like whiffs throw in neutral and then does stuff. It's like really, he has a really funky play style, a really interesting play style. How you feeling about it?
Makes me sick.
It makes you sick?
But nah, seriously, I don't know what he's going to play. I know in Street Fighter 4 he played 7 or 8 different characters. So
sounds about right. Kind of
just go into it like it's arcade mode. It's like, all right, if I beat this guy 2 times and get to the next character, I'm pretty sure that's what's going to happen. So just getting that mindset of he's probably not going to stick around on a character long enough to work out what he's losing with.
So unlike...
If I find a way to beat it, he's just on a switch. I mean, that's how I feel.
So he's like the simulation for arcade mode.
Yeah, basically.
Since it doesn't exist, right? Yeah. Like you have to find it somewhere, and that's LPN. Okay, I get what you're saying. I'm starting to pick up what you're putting down. Yeah, I got you. Well, best of luck to you. I hope you have an amazing match against LPN. It's gonna be a good one. Are you planning to travel to any events this year? That reminds me.
I'm too broke for that.
You're too broke for that?
Too broke for that.
What if you win King of the Hill today? You get some cash flowing, you know? Maybe you can go to some events. I mean, CEO is in your neighborhood, right? So
yeah, I can walk the CEO, but actually, no, I won't. But I will. However, if I win today, I might consider Combo Breaker.
Combo Breaker? Okay, so that's in about a month, I think, like that. Somebody posted today, actually. I think that's 30 days from today.
Yeah, May 24th, so it might be 35 days away.
Okay, so are you planning to do EVO, or are you just planning to do CEO? Or?
I never plan to do EVO. I don't know why. Maybe call me a bum or something. I don't know, but I just never plan. I can't plan months ahead unless I have the money in my pocket.
Oh, okay.
Now, so
yeah, and EVO, I mean, you know, for the West Coast, it's not too bad of a trip, but definitely if you're heading out from Florida, it's a little bit more of a trek for sure.
Yeah.
All right, so you don't have any other plans to travel or anything like that?
No, as of right now, no. Sadly.
Dang. So you came out here on a mission.
Yes.
You are here to collect your fight money.
I jumped on a plane, 5 hours, terrified of planes, don't like planes.
Oh, dang. Yeah, that's a horrible flight to take if you don't like planes.
Like, outside, I'm, cool, calm, collected. Inside, I'm a coward.
Yeah.
I'm just a slimy coward. I just don't like being on planes. Not thinking about anything else except surviving.
Yeah.
I'm just not, I'm not
just
worried
like
about
sitting there in the plane, you're like, this is not going to go well.
Yeah, land safely. All right, so, yeah, I came here specifically because I didn't know who I was going to play either. So I came here specifically to just beat anybody. So I'm pretty focused.
Including LPN.
Including LPN.
I mean, he's had some interesting reactions to your interview. He's trying to throw you off over there.
It's just great I'm not looking at him. I don't want to look at him.
He's waving at you now. He just threw you a kiss, I think. He just did the eye thing at you.
I see with my peripheral. That's all he gets. That's all he gets till after the match.
He only gets the peripheral?
I don't want to see him, and then I might develop like some kind of feeling like I don't want to beat him, and then so I might get soft.
Ooh, don't get soft.
I want to continue. I want to hate him. I want to hate him right now. I don't want to look at him. I see him, but I'm not.
I definitely see him. He's looking right at you. He's making direct eye. He's staring deep into your heart.
I'm not going to do it. If I want to see something over there, I'll go like that. I'm not going to look at him.
Oh, he said he glanced at you. I don't know, man. I'm feeling some kind of chemistry. I feel like you guys might have something going here. I don't know what's happening here. You guys might become friends.
Titanic? That's what's happening next?
Never let go. I feel like that's about it for you and I. I can't wait to hear what LPN has to say about you and the budding romance occurring here only at the ESL King of the Hill. We're going to head over to James and LPN and hear what they have to say.
I mean, I had all these questions ready to go, but now I feel like I have to ask you. You're staring lovingly into his eyes and everything. Have you guys played each other before at all?
I think we played in Cross Tekken like many ages ago, but in Street Fighter 5, I don't think we ever played.
All right. Well, I mean, you've been talking to him this whole entire time during the interview. Do you have anything to say to him where you can, like, stare into his eyes?
It's probably like a Bison thing. I don't know. I just feel like we have that connection for no reason. You know what I mean? Actually, he's a pretty funny guy. I thought he was a jerk at first. Like, a lot of people say, he's bad-tempered. He's very abusive, and he hates little kids and stuff like that, like Knuckle Do. I think he told me that or something. Okay. Yeah, but no, he looks like a really cool guy. Like, I'm definitely down to beat him up, so.
Well, here's the question. I mean, everyone keeps joking that you use like 7,000 characters, right? And most recently, you've been using a lot of M-Bison, and that's who TampaBison plays. Are you going to bust out the mirror match against him?
I'm not a big fan of mirror matches. I think they're completely not legit in this game compared to like other games. But, I mean, I'm here to have fun, so you might see it, but most likely you won't see it, if that makes any sense.
So it's not going to be arcade mode. You're going to switch between 4 different characters?
I don't know. I mean, he says that, I know 7 characters, so I don't know. We'll see what happens.
All right. Well, you're fresh off of a very strong performance at NCR. How did you feel about that result? Were you happy with it? Or because you got top 8 and you made top 8 on winner's side, correct? And were you happy with the results, or do you still feel that hunger for more?
I think I was pretty happy once I got to top 8, and I think I lost focus, to be honest. I mean, I was really excited to play the players, but on my part, I don't think I did enough research compared to the other players. Like, especially against Bonchan, for instance. I played him in pools. I don't think anybody saw that match, but he like pretty much washed me like first set, and then I adapted pretty well and I won that one. Okay. But when we actually played in losers top 8, he played a completely different style, which I didn't prepare for. So that's not me. But I mean, next time I get top 8, I'm definitely gonna have to study up more, not be too complacent.
Well, you've definitely been traveling a lot more recently. Where's your next stop at this point?
Next stop is most likely gonna be DreamHack Austin. That's going to be another premiere event, so I'm going to try to hit as many premieres this year as possible.
Well, I mean, you're not scared of flying or anything. Do you have any advice here for TampaBison on how to conquer that fear?
I mean, as often as he used EX Devil's Reverse, he's always in the air. I don't see why he's afraid, you know what I mean? But, I mean, for me, I'm actually naturally afraid of heights, but I think I just kept flying and flying and flying, and I kind of got adapted to it. And, it just becomes, you just sleep it off. You might wake up, you might die. You might wake up, you might be there. I don't know. It's a gamble, right? But that's how I see it. So, I mean, like, it's out of my control at that point once I hop onto the plane.
Right.
So, yeah.
Well, you know, you talk about preparation. What do you have prepared for TampaBison in this coming match?
I just went in the training mode for like 5 seconds to test something out. I think it'll be good enough.
All right. Well, let's see if your 5-second test works out. After this break, we are going to have LPN versus TampaBison.
Welcome back to ESL King of the Hill.
That's right.
I'm Sajam. This is James Chen.
That's right. We've got an awesome match coming up. You see right here, we already talked to the players, LPN and TampaBison.
Yeah.
I guess we're not going to expect a Bison mirror. I mean, we did have the Colleen picture there on that graphic just recently. So, you
Right.
know.
And I don't know if that's like one of those things where he just told him I'm going to play Colleen and then now he's going to go to one of his other characters. Or if it was an elaborate ruse, he was like, yeah, I'm definitely not playing Bison. Mirror matches are whack. And then he just picks Bison.
Yeah, pretty
Like
much.
maybe that's part of the plan. Like who knows what it is, you
It's
know?
mind games, dude. This is all the pre-match mind games. This is the true meta game.
The true metagame, yeah. It's very hard to say who he'll actually play a lot of the times. But the characters you see him use the most are Bison, Urian, Colleen. Those are like the three characters you see the most out of this guy, LPN. But yeah, he has a really funky style. Like if you haven't seen LPN play before, he does some stuff you probably haven't seen other players do with every character. Like he likes to whiff throw a lot.
He's a
neutral.
wild guy, dude.
Yeah. He uses it to bait movement. Like it's one thing that Necalli players used to do with Seismo a lot. They whiff throw to make it look like you're gonna do Seismo.
Do you
and
remember?
Like kind of has the same thing.
Do you remember that SCR at for Ultra Street Fighter 4 where he did wake up standing roundhouse with Rolento?
That was sick.
Yeah, he is definitely willing to do things that a lot of people are not expecting.
You know, there is this stigma about being honest and, you know, all this kind of smart and, you know, I love footsies and, you know, all this stuff. But, like, really, sometimes you just got to do stuff. You know, sometimes you got to take risks.
Honestly, like, that is probably the best strategy right now is just to go crazy.
I mean, it's never, I mean, you talked about that moment. It's from Street Fighter 4.
Yeah.
It's never not been a good idea.
Right.
It's just people, I don't know, there's like this stigma about it. Like, yeah, I want to play this real honest footsie. I'm a professional.
It's the best way
footsie player
to call someone out for doing something crazy good, right?
Just blame it on anything else.
Yeah.
Look, my pool's on fire. I had to take my cat for a walk. You know, it's just I didn't have my morning coffee. Whatever it is, like just make up some kind of an excuse. But this is our first 10 here. LPN does lock in with Colleen.
Yeah.
I think a good first character choice to check the match awareness. Awareness. See what the the ideas are about. Oh, yeah.
Oh, wow. Okay, well, they're speaking of, just to see what they know what the character's about, that's a great way to start, to show that you're willing to use that parry very early on.
Yeah, exactly. And Bison's whole game is throw or strike. He really doesn't have a lot of overheads or lows, so she doesn't have to really change things up too much, you know what I mean? She can, like, kind of stick to that parry and either say, yeah, I'm going to parry, or yeah, I'm going to hit a button on defense. Really be more active than usual.
Going for the setup there. But TampaBison was able to defend it. Here he goes, gets the offense now.
Yeah, he had a really slick counter hit confirmed there with the jab down medium punch.
And it looks like LPN's trying to use that V skill, kind of similar to how Punko was using it a lot at NCR, using it at a range where it kind of whiffs in front so that it only triggers if he sticks out a button.
Right.
Otherwise, it's not going to get blocked, where it can be completely punished.
Yeah, it is unsafe. It's not, like, super negative. It's not like the end of the world, but yeah, definitely punishable. There's the activation. Dash through.
Ooh, here we go.
Pretty good damage. And the throw. That was a good choice. Maybe expecting parry. Oh, trade.
Wow. Yeah, good trade. And just goes for the point blank overhead, and it's going to work.
Yeah, 2-hitting overhead from Colleen. That's a pretty important thing to keep in mind, especially when she has hail behind it and stuff like that. She can keep it safer. Hard combo.
All right, what's the mix-up here? Okay, goes for the setup and just empty jump low. That was beautiful. And
yeah. What happens with that setup is it depends on whether you back roll or quick rise, where she ends up, and whether you get hit by that jump roundhouse or not. So that alongside the hail is really good coverage for a multitude of setups, and that's where she's really strong.
Yeah, I mean, obviously this character is the newest character, so players are not going to have that year of experience with them, but I feel like as time goes on, she's just going to get more and more properly developed with those.
Did you see that?
Yeah.
The Devil's Reverse. Went behind and then landed on the left side? Come on. That was... How do you block that? He's just a human being. You know, he's immortal. His eyes can only see so fast. So many frames. Oh, man, again, it went to the left side and then came back.
All right, nice block on the cross-up. Trying to bait out the throw, and it did it again.
Man. Just changes direction, no big deal. Oh, meaty jabs again, counter-hitting LPN twice.
Oh, look at that. He's whiffing those throws almost as if that's like he's up the bait. And that's going to be a stun for sure.
He'll have a bar off this combo. Orb, and there it is, the perfect for TampaBison. He got like 11 counter hits that round or so. Because, yeah, as you mentioned, he whiff throw, and then LPN sees the throw whiff and says, oh, I'm going to hit a button. But by then, TampaBison, you know, has already committed to a new attack, so he doesn't really have to worry about it.
Yeah, you really have, in order to punish those whiff throws like that, you really have to know that they're going to come, and then you're ready to punish them. But if you're just reacting, it's so easy to get yourself counter hit by trying to hit that. Ooh, okay, yeah, you can link off of that, the V skill, if it does hit at point blank range. Right now, trying to set up a little bit more, but TampaBison slid, which is interesting because I felt like that was actually too close. Might have even been punished.
Heavy hands, gets the knockdown after. And yeah, that crouching medium kick from Colleen is advantaged on block. It's +1.
Oh yeah, there is some invincibility, projectile invincibility on that, but she just didn't get past the fireball when Bison blocked, so the fireball was on her. She got hit anyway. All right.
No, like there's no really way for Bison to check a lot of that hail. EX counter, look at the damage on this. Yeah, huge damage, and you get the setup after with the overhead.
There you go.
Yeah, after she does any of her counters, you know, you can't quick rise, you can't back roll. You only have one timing you can wake up at, which means that she gets to go for that guaranteed hail. It's really one of the more powerful things about her is that guaranteed offense.
Oh wow, using that double jump, but was a little bit closer than he thought. Should have went for the cross up instead. Wake up throw. Now they're both using that throw width there. Seems like as a way to get to bait a counter hit out.
Yeah, I mean, throw range is a little weird in this game. Sometimes you're not prepared for how close or far you are. I mean, a character like Bison especially, he has really far throw range.
Good conversion, went for the empty jump again, but you can see his stun meter's not going down. And so as long as he can't get a hit on Colleen, it's going to stay there. Oh, and she jumps into the fireball off to the other side.
Another counter hit there. Oh, wake up throw. And yeah, that's the reason he can go for that is because of the threat of the counter. That's really what makes it scary for TampaBison.
Okay. TampaBison delaying some of those buttons. They're trying to get LPN to hit something in between. Not happening.
Oh, the slide and the throw. God. Yeah, the throw range is massive for Bison, so a really important thing about this matchup. And you can see that TampaBison is giving up space. He's allowing those counters to come out. He's playing it slow, and you can tell that he really doesn't want to overcommit.
Yeah, and if he sees that LPN is not crouching at all, like if he's just walking back and forth, that's what let him get that slide in at the end of that round. And plus, I think he didn't even have the V-trigger to cancel that slide at the time, so that was probably another reason why LPN got caught off guard. Just didn't think that he would be willing to risk that.
We'll look for the frame trap. No whip punish. EX hands are punishable, but he missed it, so the parry comes out. Oh, the setup,
yeah, nice. He can throw before the hail gets to him. Oh no, just a little too far. And TampaBison gets the throw.
What a chase down on the backdash from TampaBison. 2 bar.
Damage, yep.
Oh, other side, stun. Has 1 more bar. Meter actually should probably be able to close it out if he spends it.
Yeah, because he gets the extra. He's still in V-trigger, so he got the EX cancel into the dunk to finish the round. And 2 games in a row of very, very similar patterns here. LPN winning the first round, and then TampaBison taking the next 2.
Yeah, and I mean, he played incredibly well in these last 2 rounds. I gotta wonder if LPN will change character, if he'll stay with Colleen. All right, he's back into it. And both times, you know, LPN has gotten that first round. And I think really TampaBison has figured it out in the last 2. Okay, counter again. And I wonder if that's something that LPN has thought about, maybe doing more of those counters.
Trying to discourage him maybe, but yeah, see, there you go, that V-skill at that nice range that makes it harder to punish. As you said, not extremely negative.
Looking for these frame traps there. Trying to find LPN hitting a button. And there's that little low forward. That's one of Bison's better normals. Yeah, you see, again, it just has big range and it's a low threat, and you really want to walk back against this character, so it catches people moving a lot of the times.
Interesting. You get a lot of advantage off of that V-trigger from Colleen, and LPN didn't chase after it. It felt like maybe he just missed the dash input or something. Oh,
yeah.
nice.
I mean, on hit, you can get a while for sure, but on block, it's not as advantage as you think. Oh, sick.
Beautiful, yeah. I've seen before people say that they feel like just because she can counter that, that's going to make her kind of anti-Bison, but wow. Heavy kick just going right over his head, and TampaBison with a great reaction to throw.
Yeah, problem is, of course, if you bait out that counter, it's crush counter punishable. So,
yeah.
You know, the counter, it is nice to have, but it's also dangerous because, you know, every time you use it, you're taking a big risk on defense. And the damage risk reward is definitely not in Colleen's favor. Oh, this is
punished. Oh, wow, not in time.
Yeah, a little too slow. Maybe crouching medium kick would have been better, or crouching medium punch. Yeah, jump back jab. That's a good reaction air to air.
Got the crush counter. Into the corner. Again, another counter hit confirmed. Went for the throw, but interesting. I know Bison has... Oh, I didn't see the backdash. Okay. Escaped the throw.
LPN looking to activate into this V-trigger. Oh, punish, as mentioned. Tried to throw her there, but was a little too close.
All right. TampaBison so far has done a really good job not falling for those throw baits. You see him just get right out of the corner there. Didn't want to give Colleen the chance to counter him that time. Stayed crouching under the jump heavy kick.
Yeah, that early jump heavy kick is something LPN's been doing quite a bit.
All right, trying to use that ice ball to get inside.
Oh,
right under the back heavy kick.
Yeah, it was a lovely little whip punish from TampaBison. He just saw that button come out, and yeah, LPN now 3 games with Colleen. Has not worked out. That time he didn't even get the first round, which is what he did in the first 2. So you got to wonder if he's going to stick it out. I mean, I don't know. His character choices I feel like are a bit weird here because I don't know how much he loves Urian versus Bison. I don't know how much he likes the mirror match. As he mentioned, he's not a big fan of it. So his character choices, you know, if Colleen doesn't work out, I feel like are a little weird here.
Yeah. I mean, the thing about it is I really do feel like a lot of the times that because mirror matches are so weird that they kind of neutralize advantages between players. You know what I mean? Like if you fight against a really good, strong Bison, and your Bison's not as good, it doesn't quite matter as much in the mirror matches. It's always weird that way. Because I've always seen top players always say they hate the mirror match.
Birdie.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I mean, I still think the mirror match generally favors the player who is just playing better that day, to be honest with you. Like, it's one of those things. I don't think that it gives you an advantage if you are worse with the character than they are. But
oh, no, I don't think it's an advantage. Like I said, I just feel like it can kind of, you know, lessen the disadvantage.
yeah, I guess it depends on the matchup you're playing. Okay, there's a reaction already from TampaBison. Shows him that you're not allowed to go for those raw cans and stuff like that. And this orb pressure is very difficult for Birdie to deal with. He doesn't have a reversal option. You see that fake throw. He's trying to make him believe that he's going for that V-skill.
Oh, nice air-to-air. We saw that early on with that jump jab. And here we see it again. Gonna activate the V-trigger now. Birdie is super dangerous. Oh, that time he did get the punish, but maybe he wasn't charged for the scissor kick.
That throw, trying to fake that V-skill again.
Ooh, caught him, and that's gonna be the wow, that killed him. I didn't think that was gonna do that much damage.
Yeah, that EX Flame, big damage at TampaBison. He looks comfortable. You know, I thought the switch might take him a while to figure out, but yeah, LPN showing. Oh, yeah, again the reaction. Yeah, he definitely cannot get away with those V skills.
You can see how TampaBison's game strategy has changed a lot. All of a sudden, a lot slower paced, a lot more just kind of walking around. There's, you know, he was talking about that was a Season 2 change that made it was like supposed to be a nerf, but it ended up making the crouch light punch a better anti-air. Shades of Alpha 3 anti-air, crouching attacks that punch straight.
Oh man, big EX. Yeah, he tried to buffer it. And the can.
Ooh, tried to slide before the can got there. Watch out for the banana. Yep.
And the command throw behind it. Nice work.
Yeah, smart stuff. Taking advantage of that fear.
Activation and the big jump. Scary spot to be. He's got the EX headbutt. And you know how risky it is to pressure against, you know, Birdie when he's got that available.
Oh, here we go. Oh, LPN says, look, I'm used to these mix-ups. I'm ready for this. I'll just throw you out of your second dash.
Wow, he built the bar there. Now has critical art on deck. Oh, the EX dive, it might be enough.
Do it, yeah.
He finally brought it out. He built that bar, and that was threatening critical art, but then immediately went for the EX dash, EX command throw instead. Interesting choice. Oh, yeah, got hit by the tail end of that, counter hit, and he got the combo.
Nice. I love that change where they let him dunk like that afterwards.
Yeah, LPN actually had an interesting idea. He used the fake throw to try to bait that Devil's Reverse, but then he went air-to-air with it, which didn't work out. Yeah, you see that throw again? He did bait the slide, but he wasn't prepared.
Yeah.
Oh man, a lot of active stuff on defense from LPN. And he's getting clipped, you can see.
Yeah, he's hitting buttons in between a lot of those, a lot of TampaBison's buttons. But, oh, nice fish there. Caught him with the whiff punish, and just like that, he catches up in life, but great escape from the command throw.
You see that whiff throw again, does get the can out there. Scary now. TampaBison kind of nullifies it, and he throws it back. No littering. Big jump, and he's one mix up. He has the V-trigger. Activates.
Yeah, that's gonna do it right.
No, he doesn't have any meter. No anti-air. Oh, he walked right into it, man.
Sometimes you just forget. Sometimes you just forget. And then every time you get hit by that, you're like, dang it, that's right.
Yeah, I mean, so I think TampaBison there, instead of the flame into V-trigger, could have done scissor kick maybe, but he might not have had charge. That might have been the issue. Because without meter, you can't pick up after the flame with the V-trigger cancel. So
far, this has been pretty dominating here. TampaBison going up 4-0. And I believe LPN's really only won 2 rounds during this whole entire set.
Yeah, the 2 Colleen rounds he got.
Yeah.
Oh, actually got a round with Birdie too.
Oh, did he get one? Okay, okay.
Oh, whip punish. Oh, the fake chain.
Ooh.
Probably got that song stored, I'd imagine. Yeah, there it is. You know, you can tell because when he cancels the chain, he has to hit a button.
Right.
So that's why he's holding it.
Right.
Tick throw there. I love the walk up and into it though. Uh-oh.
Okay.
Scary. This is a scary spot.
Time. Oh, overhead. Yeah. Just keep going with it.
And then this time the low, no punish on the sweep from Birdie. He pulls her box farther back than you would think.
If he hits you with the tip of that crouching heavy kick, it's really hard to punish Birdie's sweep. Just such a good range on it.
Gotta watch the V-trigger activation from TampaBison.
No anti-air. Just caught him concentrating a little bit too much on the ground. Here comes that start on the mix-up. Got to the other side. Still has 1 meter.
And LPN here, I'd imagine, you know, he's kind of chilling. He's got the banana out. I thought he might go for chill. Oh, man, banana hit him anyway. Yeah.
It was a 2-hit combo.
Banana plus boot. Yeah, surprised. LPN had bar. He could have chipped him earlier in the round, but chose to save it. So now he's going to go into this round with full critical art available. Got caught.
Yeah, see, hitting buttons right there, and that's what that cycle ball is for, is just a kind of frame trap. Try to hit buttons in between.
Oh, his anti-air whiffed.
Nice empty jump. Otherwise, he would have gotten anti-air, but not that time. TampaBison being close enough range. Spends one of the meter for the juggle. Yeah, I imagine LPN's not going to spend a critical art this round. Maybe 1 or 2 EXs to see if he can get in, just like this. Gets one.
Yeah, this gives him a better setup. And you see the anti-air down jab again, although LPN, a little greedy. Yeah, the EX command throw.
Spent that meter.
Surprised when he's in V-trigger, he's not going with the EX headbutt. I mean, like, it's just so good, right? And you'd expect him to do that. Also, a couple of missed anti-airs from LPN as well. Oh, this orb pressure. He's really trying to hit buttons afterwards, and it's catching him over and over. Yeah, you see, he's jumping or hitting normals. You gotta respect the orbs. Oh, whip punish.
Oh my god, and now big damage here. One more mix-up in the stun. The throw is gonna do it.
And another perfect for TampaBison. 5-0 versus LPN.
You know, things haven't been looking very good for the West Coast recently.
It's rough out here, you know. K-Brad had to cancel, destroy our dreams.
Oh man, all right.
And now this.
I mean, LPN, he's also got an Alex, he's got a Urian.
He's going to hit character select. And as TampaBison mentioned, it's like arcade mode. You know, you got to go through all the characters.
Who's the final boss character?
The final boss character? Yeah, that's a good question.
So
he's going to insert a secret code, play Mecha Akuma. I don't know. Yeah, it's hard to say. I got to wonder at this point where his mind's at. Because I feel like the birdie pick, I haven't seen him play birdie in a while. So that seemed like a surprise to me.
I mean, I know Alex isn't not one of the strongest characters, but we saw Cool Kid do really well with that character just recently.
Yeah, I feel like a lot of it is about how familiar your opponent is with the matchup. And I actually think that Alex is like a decently popular character online. So it's one of those things to me that like I could see TampaBison having experience, but yeah.
Right, especially since TampaBison was saying, you know, he doesn't even travel around as much. He gets a lot of his practice just online.
Yeah. Think about going back to Colleen. Surprised we haven't seen the Urian attempt.
Yeah, but I mean, Urian Bison's not.
It's not
a great
not a lovely match. Yeah. It's not probably one you want to play, but you know, I think that's one of his characters that he's been playing a lot, so it's interesting.
Be good just to test out or something. Like
the mirror!
Oh, he's doing it.
Okay.
So it's not going to be the mirror in the Aegis reflector. It's going to be the mirror as in a mirror match. It's going to be Bison.
Yeah, very interesting. So LPN finally goes to it. I'm gonna, man, if he does well in this after saying, yeah, I don't want to play the mirror match. It'll be very interesting to see. So yeah, very different play style. TampaBison very defensive, traditionally, and LPN a lot more offense. That's what he's about. All right, takes the knockdown, does not go for the orb, wants the set play. And punish, yes. A lot of people might not know that light kick, scissor kick, -4 on block. Interruption. That's that 3-frame normal he didn't have with Birdie.
Yeah, that was definitely one of the biggest buffs to Bison this season, was getting that 3-frame normal. Not only did he get one, but he got one that has good range too.
Yeah, it's one of the most useful tools in the game for sure. It allows you to escape from so many situations. Oh wow, Snantech got him out of that down forward heavy punch.
Oh yeah, tried to wake up with his own buttons. Not quite enough to dizzy, but there it is. Yeah, just keep pestering with those lows. People stand up, they try to jump away, they try to backdash something, and you just catch them low like that. So TampaBison coming back in that round.
Yeah, he was down quite a bit there. I'm surprised, you know, LPN, I feel like, got a little antsy, and that was probably the downfall.
You can see them both. I mean, look, both of these characters, they have limited walking speed. so you're not going to see a lot of dashing around or anything on the ground. Oh, wow.
My gosh, huge jump. Yeah, got in over the anti-air. Wake up buttons again, and I think TampaBison has recognized that LPN's meaties are a little hit or miss.
A little suspect in timing. And look at this pressure now. Look at all that gray light that just got built up. Okay, using his own EX Fireball to counter. So, oh my god, that was such damage and jumping light punch.
Yeah, there's a lot of gray.
Gray health got taken out, yeah. Oh, okay. 3-frame can interrupt in the middle there. And LPN chose not to spend a meter, but spends it here. And he built up another bar. Oh my god, he has been hit by that so many times. But a beautiful check with his own dive, with his own head stop, then dashes in, gets the crouching light kick. Okay.
Final round.
See, now, LPN can keep this up. He spent a lot of resources on that round, but, you know, it's important to close out stuff like that.
Yeah, plus another thing is TampaBison came to this round with no resources either, so, you know, spending all that to get the last round and coming in basically even is not a problem.
Anti-air is clean right there from TampaBison. Walked right into the range where he could get that down heavy punch. EX. And yeah, he tried to hit a button after it. His advantage again. So a couple of clean meaties from LPN. And you know, when he switches characters so often, it's got to be one of those things where he's got to remember the meaty timing. Orb for pressure. Okay, dash interrupt from TampaBison.
Just defending right there. But like I said, once they get into the far range, things slow down a little bit. But TampaBison trying to get in there with the EX Devil's Reverse, and unfortunately, no meter now. Oh, there's that crouching light punch again. Anti-air. LPN with a life lead now. He's not even going to get too baited by that gray health.
Activation. Oh boy, he does get the mix-up. And yeah, dash through throw. Dash through mix-up is going to be effective. A lot of that V-gauge is still remaining for TampaBison.
Okay, he's in, but okay, good defense from LPN. Didn't go for the throw bait. Did not get crush countered by the heavy kick. Wow, hitting buttons after he lands. Kind of an option select-ish thing.
EX, he does go low. Doesn't get anything off.
Oh, he's gonna jump that. Yes, there it is, the dunk, and LPN is on the board here with the Bison mirror. So it actually worked out for him.
Uh-oh. Dang, this is the peekaboo mix-up, the left-right. This is the side switch mix-up. They can't figure it out. All right.
Well, they can see each other right under the ESL logos that you can see right there. There's like this little space.
That right there, that's a real left-right. That's the Ibuki air target combo left-right mix-up right there, if I've ever seen it. But I didn't know Bison had those, but that's the toughest mix-up to block. You know, when Marvel announced today, they gotta show off all the tough mix-ups, all the 50-50s. Look at all this great damage up there. LPN in trouble.
LPN finally got out there. Oh, wow, just goes in with the slide. Okay, he's got the V-trigger activated, but he didn't really go for any crazy mix-ups. Oh, nice, but recovered in time to tech that throw. TampaBison all ready for that forward dash, just catches it with the crouching light punch.
Air to air is good.
Oh, dash through. Nice. There we go, mix-up, gets the soft knockdown, gets plus on the Psycho Axe again. Just really aggressive style there, but again, oh, nice reaction to hitting him out of the air. Gets him with the Psycho Axe again.
Oh, so many, yeah, so much block.
Too far for that.
He's got no health left. He took it all in chip and gray life in the air-to-air jab, yeah. It's clean.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, I felt like LPN probably should have just blocked that fireball. He wasn't going to die from it. But he tried jumping over, and TampaBison was all ready to go.
There's a backdash on the pressure. If you do block, oh man, it's going to be big damage because of the crush counter. If you block a lot of this Bison pressure kind of staggered, stun. He's going to be able to dash him into the corner as well. So good positioning now for TampaBison as well. Counter hit. And yeah, the orb's coming in. The neutral jump.
A little bit too early on the Psycho Axe for the juggle.
I think V-reversal from TampaBison, an excellent option there. Just allows him to create space, get out of there.
All right, well, LPN's got that V-trigger on deck. And yeah, TampaBison now just, he says, you know what? I'll show you how to stop the EX Devil's Reverse.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like 3 or 4 times he's just completely stuffed Devil's Reverse.
Yeah.
And he was like telling everybody earlier, he's like, yeah, that's ridiculous. You just can't even beat it. And then himself, he's beat it like 8 times. He's hiding the secrets is what's happening here.
He was like, you can't beat it.
There's a secret Shadowloo base somewhere where all the Bison players are hiding the anti-Devil's Reverse tech.
Well, I guess LPN isn't a part of that group, unfortunately.
Yeah, whatever kind of secret Bison Discord is out there, he is not in there.
Yeah, he's
Shadowloo
left out of that one.
Got left behind, huh? Oldest trick in the book.
Oh, just walked into the scissor kick.
Yeah, you see Bison has kind of unconventional movement tools, right? Some forward advancing normals, but a lot of his movement comes from special moves or his jumping.
Yeah, that's why when they do get a screen away, like I said, the pace kind of slows down a little bit. Because, yeah, at this range, it's really about who's willing to take that offense. And right now, it seems like it's LPN, and he's getting in there with some well-timed scissor kicks. And that's one of the buffs. That fireball does not go away. You got to deal with it the whole entire time.
Oh, air-to-air attempt. No go. A little pressure there from LPN. And he's playing nice and slow now. He's just kind of relying on this chip and gray life. Oh, combo? No, but he gets the reset anyway.
Dashes forward into the throw.
So a round for LPN. Yeah. Much slower than his usual playstyle for sure. But,
I think that's just because TampaBison knows a lot of the shenanigans from Bison, and so he's just ready for a lot of that. So LPN hasn't really had a chance to, pull off that character unfamiliarity or setup unfamiliarity against him.
I mean, staying light kick forward dash while on V-trigger, it doesn't matter who you are. It doesn't matter how familiar you are. You're definitely getting hit.
Ooh, raw Psycho Ball.
Yeah, a little pressure from LPN. Okay, EX Devil's Reverse just gets through from Tampa and now he's got really good positioning. Chase down. He called out that backdash a few times now, and I think that's something that LPN's gotta remember. I have no idea.
Yeah, but TampaBison's like, look, I know how to block.
Yeah, TampaBison is really good about how he deals with Devil's Reverse.
Oh, okay, goes in there. Oh, goes for the throw.
Crush counter.
Oh, he thought.
No combo though, and the throw to do it.
Oh, that's not enough. He's still alive, but just barely.
And TampaBison has V-trigger available as well. We'll see if he activates.
Oh my god, that was such a risky jump from LPN, but it's all for naught because TampaBison gets the standing medium kick.
Yeah.
1-1 here in this game.
After that standing fierce from Bison, like you feel like you can move and stuff, but he can cancel it, and it's like it looks a little late visually, and also it's only -1 on block, so it's not like that normal is punishable or anything.
LPN had an opportunity for a big punish. Maybe he wasn't charged to combo that stand light kick into anything.
Yeah, you would think so because he's down backing to block the slide. I mean, he just probably tried to combo a little bit more than he could reach, Anti-air is clean there. Usually the orb gives you enough block stun that you can jump in, but...
Oh, gets him. Yep, it wasn't a crush counter, but it's enough to put him on the verge of stun.
There's a V reversal. So, unlikely that TampaBison will build the V trigger for a while. So that's pretty good for LPN. I feel like you'll totally take 1 bar for the Devils or the V gauge, especially in the final round.
The hard part is now you know that also. Oh, that was so sick, and I wish that worked.
Just the
damage.
Bison things, dashing through and V reversal.
Oh, okay, not quite enough.
Wake up buttons works out, but again, no V trigger available for TampaBison.
But like I said, now that means that he can V-reversal everything. Oh, he got thrown. He avoided it. But I'm not sure what happened, if he was thrown out of delay or if he just wasn't expecting LPN to go for that throw. But there it is. LPN is going to take his second game.
Yeah, I mean, he still avoided the Devil's Reverse. Like, his percentage of getting away from it is super high. Just got grabbed.
Forward dashing after blocking the head stop is a really good option. Bison has to call you out for doing that to punish that. But a lot of times you can't get to the other side and punish Bison.
Yeah, I think the best thing is to pick a direction and run. Like you either go right or you go left, and he has to guess which way you're gonna go.
See both of these players challenging each other's offensive strings. Oh, again he gets him with the shimmy.
Forward from pressure, a little low. He just needs 1 hit for stun. That's why the V reversal came out. It does get rid of a little bit of that stun gauge.
And now LPN's not going to push, so no more danger of stun. Good block on the surprise EX scissors.
Oh, swiped him. Good spot now, but then, yeah.
I love that.
It was very preemptive.
Yeah.
Like, you know that when you throw an EX, oh, punish. Oh, he didn't get the full combo.
Ooh, he did the wrong scissor. Oh, no, actually, he did the right one, but... Oh my God. It just threaded the needle right there.
And the way LPN laughed, like, ha, devil's reverse. Who thought you knew? This is what you've been doing to everybody.
Just like the TampaBison's like, yeah, this move's really good.
Yeah, he did say it. He's definitely a truthful guy. He's like, look, move's really good.
Like, I'm down with it. He's like, it's really good. Good. I'm fine with that. Stayed in front.
Oh, come on.
But that's a lot of gray health building up.
I can't believe he didn't hit a button. He blocked 3 roundhouses in a row. That is super strong patience to just hang out. Because, like, when someone walks forward, you know, naturally your brain's like, oh, God, I got to do something. I got to stop this. But, you know, to stay patient like that is very impressive. Just blocks the devil's reverse. And anti-air jab again, yeah.
And caught touching buttons.
Meaty scissor kick. That was so sick. Okay, and that'll do the round, yeah. It'll be stunned, and then Bison gets to build a little bit of meter for himself. Really good work. Yeah, anti-air jab is... The anti-air down jab from Bison is so effective. It's crazy. It's such a weird thing. It looks weird visually, you know?
Yeah.
But it's, like, crazy how useful it is. Oh, crushed.
It's like I said, it's weirdly very Street Fighter Alpha 3, if you're familiar with that. Like, it was those buttons. Every character had that kind of button as an anti-air. It was really weird. Oh, just too far, unfortunately, for that crouching medium punch to connect.
Backdash out of the orb. Anti-air is clean. And TampaBison in pretty good position here, you know, even though he's cornered. He's got a big life lead.
Ooh, well, it's going to be a little bit lower now. Good defense again. Seems like TampaBison has some sort of read that LPN just hasn't been going for a lot of throws. He's been blocking a lot. Oh, and he's going to get the juggle.
V-trigger.
Wake up buttons.
And it's got to be a guess. Oh, he called him out.
Yeah.
Like he totally said, like, I know what you're going to do here. Oh, devil's reverse.
Oh, he finally blocked it. And all the other times TampaBison went for that standing heavy kick. But
right.
And it's interesting because, you know...
Oh, tried the down jab anti-air. Oh, yeah, you just got to stay blocking here if you're TampaBison. You don't want to hit anything. It's totally worth it to eat throw.
Oh, again, the wake-up button. Yeah,
he was in the middle of heavy kick, too. He was in the... You could see it winding up. It was on its way.
And it's interesting, too, because, you know, that EX Devil's Reverse went from plus 13 to plus 7. And, you know, I was talking to TampaBison about this, and he's like, that was actually a buff. It's like, that's a secret buff, because now people are more tempted to hit buttons, and they're more scared, and you can crush counter them more. And that's what TampaBison has been doing. After Devil's Reverse, he comes out with that standing heavy kick. He's gotten a lot more crush counters.
Yeah, the sense about it being a buff is that frame trapping after plus 13 is harder than it is the frame trap after plus 7.
Yep.
Because 13 is actually so advantaged that you have to, like, manually time your frame trap.
Yep.
Which leaves room for error. But plus 7 is, like, a little easier to kind of get a normal frame trap on, you know?
And before, you know, I always thought it was a nerf because he used to be able to get a free Psycho Axe, but it really doesn't change the situation. He goes from block stun to block stun, and you'd rather be closer anyway so you can get bigger damage off the crush counter heavy kick.
Yeah. Heavy kick for sure better. It's just more advantage.
Yeah.
You know, just better scenario for you when you make them block it. Just like that. Oh, counter hit combo. Yeah.
Stun.
It's a really common series that Bison does, like standing jab, crouching medium punch, standing light kick. And, you know, it combos if that standing jab counter hits. So it's one of those things that if the standing jab counter hits, you can see it and combo the whole thing. If the crouching medium punch hits, you can see it and combo the light kick. Like, it's a nice little chain that allows you to, like, see it and hit confirm it in a couple different spots.
Getting caught by surprise from the slide, lets LPN get in, comes in the Devil's Reverse. Wow, goes for a neutral jump, but TampaBison always ready for that anti-air crouching light punch.
Yeah, that's one of the strengths about an anti-air jab is that you don't have to be as prepared as a slower button.
Oh, yeah.
You know, yeah, like that right there. You just, it's so fast, right? Like, oh, okay, let me tap this. If your button is 9 frames, it's much harder. And LPN now is like, okay, I should use this. Yeah, he's figuring it out. That's like quick adaptation to see your opponent use something like that and just kind of pick it up.
Yeah, we haven't seen LPN use that earlier. Oh, wow, he just did it.
Does he get the grounded punish? He did, okay.
Yeah, there was some desperation from LPN on that wake-up super.
He comboed off that trade.
Came back around.
Oh, and the down jab, yeah. He couldn't react in time to the dash. Too fast, so 8-2 TampaBison.
Only 2 games remaining now for TampaBison. Which means, are we going to see the true boss character? Is he making his way through arcade mode? Or?
He did hit character select.
Okay.
So this is like the final stretch of arcade mode.
All right, let's see if he has a character that he feels like he has to win 8 games.
Yeah.
So he has one more chance, though, to change characters if this doesn't work out. But
8 games, nothing. Just a quick 8 games. You'll be back in there. Yeah, it's a lot of games. Yeah, I don't know. I'm wondering if LPN is like maybe just taking some time. He's going to stick with Bison. It's been the character that got him 2 wins. So, you know, it's one of those things where it's like, I guess, if you, like, I'm trying to think, what was TampaBison at when he switched to Bison? Was the score like?
It was 0-5.
5.
It was 0-5.
So it's been 3-2 since then?
Yes, 3-2.
It seems to be getting.
Oh, goes back to Colleen. Okay.
Yeah, he's been playing this character a lot lately. He was using it at NCR. I feel like almost all his sets were like, play a game with Colleen and lose, and then go to Bison and win.
Yeah.
That was like all of his NCR sets, right? But
well, he still hasn't. Well, no, it's TampaBison hasn't quite committed yet.
Nether has LPN.
Oh, yeah, you're right. Okay. Still thinking about it a little bit. Oh, no, he's going to do it. He's going to go for it. Says, you know what? I'm going to go out the same way that I came in, using Colleen. See if she can get the Illuminati over Shadowloo, but it is not. It didn't work out too well the first time. He went 0-3, only won 2 rounds in the first 3 games.
I wonder if he holds 3 buttons and holds up, you get Gil. As the secret final boss. Like game 9, he's definitely about to bring out Gil.
And she turns around and actually, like, you know, hands Gil some papers or something, and then Gil comes in and then just kills everyone.
Finally does some work.
His V-triggers resurrection, you know, he's like, I can't control it, and he comes back to life.
TJ combo? I ain't done yet.
Pounds the ground a little bit.
Does a recapture.
I like the double jump there. Oh, okay, jumping. He tried that, I remember, in the first of 3 games, and it missed, but managed to get the jumping medium punch to connect this time. See, there you go, that good range on that V skill.
No anti-air.
Yeah.
It's scary with her. Her anti-airs are kind of slow, but she obviously has anti-air parry, which is like really good, but your opponent can also empty jump and bait it out.
It's a call out, as parries always are. Okay, what's he going to use a setup here? Okay, just goes for a little minor juggle. Goes for meaty throw, tries to bait something out by forward dash, back dash, but TampaBison just jump throw OS tech, it looked like.
Okay.
Okay, nice confirm.
And that hail will cover that back rise too.
Well, one more hit into the second V trigger could potentially. Oh no, never mind. Oh, there it was, exactly as you said.
The risk, yeah. Every time you go for that heavy anti-air, I mean, like, if it works, it's great. But if it doesn't work, you know, you get that full combo punish, so.
Like you said, the whole delay is crush counterable. The whole thing is a counter hit.
Yeah, the recovery state is all counter hit, yeah.
Oh no, an accidental Psycho Inferno is going to get him punished. Good blocks.
All right, more pressure for LPN. Just a couple of throws. Thing is, you know, Bison's damage output is so terrifying that, you know, even with this lead like this, with him building up B gauge, it's so dangerous. And meter too, that's what he needs. His trigger needs meter to work, but when he has that gauge, he can do so much damage. Man, that down jab.
Yeah, I mean, LPN traded with it once. Oh, nice, finally gets him with the throw bait. Here we go, the mix-up.
A little too far to get that combo. V-trigger available.
Took very minor damage from that, so he's okay. See, there's that trade. Like, he's probably willing to do that for the rest of this round.
Yeah, LPN can take like 2 or 3 more of those, and he's dead. So why not, right? V-trigger available for TampaBison, activates.
go. Nice block. Oh, and then just goes for a throw after the scissor kick. Knew that LPN
Oh, he went
wasn't
for the counter. EX to close it out, and that is 9 games. TampaBison. And he went for that counter again, like both times he did it at the end of the round. It actually ended up costing him. It is the risk of doing that move, you know, a move that will beat whatever strike your opponent does, but if they wait, they can punish it, so.
Yeah, it has a little bit of that desperation uppercut feel, you know, like at the end you need that comeback. You need to start that comeback. That is going to be punishable, yep. Oh, so is that, but just out of range. Oh, actually, that might have been the light one.
Yeah, it was light punch, and it was like pretty far. Yeah, exactly. It's, when you space it out, it's pretty tough for a lot of characters to punish.
Okay, finally gets the anti-air. Set up there, goes for the cross-up, directly into the throw. Oof, good slap with that standing heavy punch, but it was the regular one, not the Psycho Axe. So he wasn't going to be able to confirm off of them. But gets in there, oh, the forward-dash, backdash, this time from TampaBison, baiting out the throw from LPN.
Yeah, I feel like you rarely see TampaBison go for stuff like that. Heavy hail here, covers the back roll, but EX Devil's Reverse to get out. Activate, dash through, and the throw again. Yeah, last time there was a button, so LPN tried the counter.
Oh, that was such a call out from TampaBison, but it didn't work. It didn't work.
Oh, that was so sick. Yeah, that's the risk of like, she actually, when you block the hail, especially a second, she doesn't have that much advantage. So like, she tried to go for the hail, and you just do EX scissors, clean punish. Like, that was really well done from TampaBison.
That does show a little bit of match familiarity there.
Yeah, a lot of people freeze up when they have that B trigger and they block it. They're like, oh gosh, it's a lot of ice. I'm not gonna do anything. But
see what
you can actually
did there.
move. Yeah, it's all part of the plan. Meaty scissor kick.
Yep. Heavy one is safe on block.
Yeah, it's the safest, besides EX, obviously.
Yeah.
As the strengths go up, they're slower, but they're also better on block. It's kind of the trade-off, you know.
Ooh, okay. And close enough to be able to confirm off of that. Goes for the, he goes for the okie doke. Yeah, I mean, that costs 2 meters, and she is mad negative after that standing light kick, but TampaBison just wasn't ready for it.
I wonder where this activation is by TampaBison. Okay, dash through mix up again. And another throw there. I think LPN was waiting for the EX flame cancel. Chase down again! And I can't believe, we talked about that earlier in the set, that LPN was backdashing after that a lot, and he was calling him out with the scissor kick, so that was really good work. And yes, that is 10 games to TampaBison. Hey, it's got to be hard to keep track after a set like that, man. That's crazy. Uh-oh, this is the left-right again, the mix-ups?
But it looks like TampaBison there, you know, doing his best Guile impersonation after the win there.
Combing the hair.
Combing the hair, making
Touching
sure he
your
looks
hair
good
is-
for his interview, you know, because he definitely wants to, you know, look his best.
Look his best, for sure. Touching your hair a lot, that's for nerds. Who does that? But, yeah, I think that was a really impressive set. You know, he has kind of a very particular style of Bison that I don't think people see that often.
Yeah.
Like, most people think of Bisons online, especially just dash, 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 roundhouse, dash, dash, dash,
Or just like
roundhouse.
head stomp devils versus head stomp devils versus
Right.
yeah.
But he is like the ultimate turtle Bison, right? Like, he's just hanging out. He's like, what are you going to do? You're going to jump, down, jab. All right, now I'm going to walk forward, get a little pressure, back out. And he has really good whip punishing, which, like, people don't realize, but a lot of whip punishing is about walk speed.
Yeah.
It's about having the walk speed to position yourself so that when your opponent does a normal, you can punish. But with Bison, he's like, ugh, ugh, ugh. So, like, whip punishing with a character that moves that slow is really hard.
Yeah.
And he did an excellent job of, like, stepping just far back enough and then, like, swiping people. And also using his crouching medium kick really well, which is, like, that button is so good.
Yeah, but I mean, the one thing that you could tell from TampaBison's Bison, though, is that you can see that he just knows the character. It's like you said, like everyone else who plays him doesn't play like him, but I just feel like that's because he has the most fleshed out Bison. You always, when most people are using Bison, especially if you just go watch online, they always just concentrate on like 3 things. But I just feel like TampaBison he's been playing the character for so long, right? Since the game came out, he's one of those guys that has it in his name, and he's like,
stuck.
you know what, I can't use a different character, right? So, but you know, he definitely knows the character. He knows all the tools that he has. He knows exactly how to aim the Devil's Reverse.
Yeah.
You know, so I just felt like it's just going to be hard to beat someone who knows his character that well.
For sure. That's a big problem, and I can't wait to see his match against ChrisG. But, you know, before we get to all that, we're going to take a quick break. We'll be back with some more ESL King of the Hill in just a bit.
All right, I'm here with TampaBison. It was kind of interesting there because you went through arcade mode, but the final boss was the same as the first character. Did that throw you off at all?
No, when he did that, I was like, all right, you know, like I don't think Colin is fleshed out enough to fight against Bison of all characters. Maybe against like Ryu or something, you know, it's pretty bare bones. You know what's coming. Right. Bison's a little. You have to dedicate yourself to fighting that character. So I don't think Colin's been around long enough to really do anything about it. You know, so once I saw him pick the character, I was like, all right, you know, after I see all the gimmicks, I don't know what's next, but it's not going to be. Unless he studies the matchup, it's not going to be like outplaying me. So like as soon as he showed me like the tricks, I was like, okay, I'm comfortable. Okay. Let's play footsies from there.
Well, I mean, he did get 2 wins, and that was in the Bison mirror. What was it about that matchup there that he was able to get those couple of wins?
It's a mirror match. I mean, at that point, I will lose to any Bison. Just put it out there right now. I'll lose to any Bison at least once, you know, because I just don't like the idea. Like, even demonstrated it. I was doing a lot of crouching jab, and then he crouching jab one of mine. He'd only do that against me because I'm showing him how to do it. So basically, the mirror match is just bouncing back and forth on who's doing what that's effective. So all he has to keep changing your game. So, you know, eventually, if I get a game, he's gonna get a game just by virtue of he's doing what I'm doing. So, you know, once he starts, you know, you start doing crouching jabs, you start playing way more patient. You know, he's like, oh, that's working for him. Let me do it for me. So, you know, once he became more patient, he started getting games.
I mean, so do you actually feel like he would have been better to just have played the mirror match the whole entire time?
Maybe in like a 1st to 5, but 1st to 10, no, absolutely not. He would have probably had to go to Birdie or something. I think Birdie was his best chance. Oh, really? Yeah, you know, just because the matchup is, I can't. You know, he has tools that make me. Yeah.
I just heard someone from the side said that you got lucky. I don't know who said that.
Like that, man. It's like luck. Oh man, I'm a lucky guy, man. But I think Birdie is the best chance he had, basically because, you know, he has a lot of options on defense. You know, you can do armor moves, you can do like a, you know, DP move. I'm not sure if that's invincible or not, but it has armor on frame 1. Trigger, you know, command grab. In this case, I try to throw him. So at the very least, he can keep me guessing. But if his neutral wasn't going to be on point, then Birdie wasn't going to work out either.
Well, he did lose the armor on frame 1 in season 2, but he's getting it back in the next patch. He's getting it back, but
you know, near Birdie anyway, so you know, just let him do his thing. Try to win neutral. That's all I worry about.
Well, 2 of the other characters that LPN could have played that we know he does play is Urian and Alex. How do you feel Bison does against those characters? You think that's just was bad ideas for him?
Again, I mean, I play Urians that dedicate themselves to the character, and Alex, maybe some online Alexes out there, but they all look at the character like it's a weird like stepchild or something. Like it's just they don't like that. No one likes that character. I don't know why. People say it's like a trash character. The normal suck. I never heard a good thing about him yet. So even Alex players aren't confident in Alex. So I don't think Alex would work. I mean, at least Urian has mix-ups, but. Again, if you're not dedicating yourself to Urian, I'm not sure about beating a Bison player like that. You know, I've been playing for a year and a half, so I'm not really sure about that.
Well, you're going to be going up against NYChrisG next. Now, in the past, Guile Bison has always been one of the most painful fights for Bison, like throughout Street Fighter 4, for example. But in Street Fighter 5, a lot of people say that Bison may actually have an advantage over Guile. How do you feel about that matchup, and do you feel like you're going to you have a good strategy for fighting NYChrisG?
Bison doesn't have an advantage on Guile. Guile has an advantage on the players. A lot of Bison players are very hectic. They like pressing buttons. They overextend a lot. And Guile is just holding down back. He has access to all of his moves. So, and the only thing Bison can do is a bunch of 20+ frame moves to get in. You know, dash forward, jump forward, EX Devil's Reverse. So the Guile player is going to see it coming. So that's why people think Bison does really well. Oh no, well actually no.
Well, I mean, a lot of people say that the sonic boom pressure isn't as effective anymore because you actually have the V skill, and that gives you a 2-hit fireball.
Nah, V skill is not that. In that match, it's not. You still have to predict the fireball, so it's not really that effective. I do feel like, damn, I messed up that one. I was thinking about it. I wanted to explain how I like to explain how like Gal is just better than like he's good against the players.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like I don't really think that Bison is advantageous though, just as a character standpoint. I just don't think it's true.
But I mean, overall, you feel like Bison is very strong here in season 2, right?
Yeah, of course. He's perfect. He's perfect. He's perfect. Don't touch him. Don't use. All right, you can tweak Devil's Verse a little bit. Just leave everything else. Right?
All right. Well, let's take it over to Sajam, and he's going to have some words with LPN.
Hey, what's up, everybody? We're back. That was a very interesting interview. I heard you yelling some things.
Oh, me? No, it was definitely not me.
Oh,
it was some other Bison player.
Some stranger
Gotta be someone in this room.
wandered into the room. I heard some phrases such as, stop lying to people when he was talking about Bison. I heard the phrase, you got lucky. I would never imply
I think
that.
I heard that too, but I mean, it wasn't out of my mouth.
Yeah, I heard 4 or 5 people say it from around the room. You know, I don't know which ones it was. It could have been anybody, right? It could have been me. It could have been someone back there. Who knows? But theoretically, if he did get lucky, what are some of the main things that you think that he did in that set that kind of gave you trouble?
I think he got really lucky when he pressed the roundhouse and it hit me.
Uh-huh.
Like 20,000 times.
Like 20,000 times, yeah.
Like full screen, up close, in the air. I don't know how, but it just kept hitting me.
Always.
So I didn't really believe in it, but by the end, it was too late. I already lost.
That sounds like a lot of luck.
That was a lot of luck. He should go buy a lottery right now.
Like he should go get a lottery ticket, maybe 3 or 4 of them, yeah, just play some slots.
No, I mean, keeping it real, like he played it really well. Definitely, he has more experience in those matchups than I do. I mean, for me to play Colleen and Bison against him, I generally have a pretty basic strategy against that, but his neutral was pretty strong. His defense was immaculate.
Yeah.
So it's really hard to open him up. So I wanted to test him. That's why I went back to Colleen again to see like if the first few matches were really a fluke. But he definitely tested his resolved. So big props to that. But outside of that, when I played Birdie, I felt like he was just getting hit by grappler stuff.
Yeah.
And like part of me felt bad because I know he doesn't really like Mika. And I kind of gave him the Mika, you know what I mean? Like dash up, command grab, dash up, low, command grab.
Yeah.
And it worked. And I was like, that's not really how I want to play. You know, that's not how I want to win.
Dang. So you thought playing Birdie would be like not a clean win. Is that your idea? You're just like, oh, I don't want to beat him with this Birdie. I'll beat it. I'll go back to another character.
Sure, why not? I mean, I want to beat him in like footsies, you know? Like, I'm still working on my neutral in footsies, and he definitely taught me a lot. He definitely did not teach me the crossing jab with Bison. I already knew how to do that already.
He took all the credit.
I don't know what he's talking about, how he said he taught me how to play the matchup mid-game. I didn't really like that. I mean, I used it near the end because it got the reaction I wanted. He's like, oh.
Yeah.
He knows. And he still kept jumping. I was like, okay, so it doesn't matter then. Why are you still jumping, right? But outside of that, he definitely knows the Bison mirror way better than I do.
Yeah.
Like, I have no partners to play Bison matchup with.
Okay.
And now I do. I mean, I played him the first time. I'm going to learn a lot from it.
Yeah.
So definitely I'm going to hold this. You know, I got bodied. So, but it's a learning experience, though. So I'm not even mad that I lost to him.
Okay. So about Colleen, I just wanted to ask about that character in general. You've been playing her a lot lately. What are some of your thoughts about the character, and are you going to keep playing her? Like, what about her do you like?
I think she's a really strong character, and she's one step away from being in top 10.
Dang, you
like
think she's
solid.
that good?
She's super solid, but the game doesn't, I guess, produce as great results playing too solid. You know, you need a little bit of chaos and then a little bit of more control.
Yeah.
Like, I tweeted a while back if she had a cancelable low forward, kind of like Karen.
Mm-hmm.
Because her walk speed is actually decent.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
I mean? Like,
and her low forward is really good in general.
It's good, but you can only cancel that to the first hit of V-trigger.
Right,
That's
exactly.
unfortunate, right? It's +1 on block, which is cool, but what happens afterwards?
Yeah, you don't really get much because your light kick is 5 frames, so it's like...
Yeah, exactly. If she could confirm, you know, her low forward and cancel it to, like, hands.
Wait a minute. We've seen what happens when a character gets a super advantage low forward. You could combo after it, all right? It's going away. Urian's low forward is going away. You don't want her to have the same low forward because it'll definitely go away.
I mean, for them, they're, like, completely different, though. Because then when you're in low forwards, you will die.
Yeah, definitely.
You know what I mean? But her, she just pushes you away, and you go to the corner, and you sit there for a little bit.
But if you change it... In her low forward, you might die. That's the scary part, right? Like, you never know what'll happen.
True. That's the problem with this game. One little small change can make a huge dramatic change. Just like Bison.
Yeah.
They changed his staying light kick from 4 frames to 3 frames. Now he's extremely competitive.
Yeah.
It's crazy, right? Like, just imagine the type of magic that, the developers can do and Capcom can do to make characters better without, making them too overpowered.
I feel like you're using this as a platform to make your suggestions to Capcom. You're just like looking them right in the heart.
Like, if Alex had a 3-framer, what's gonna happen? People would just play more. That's it. He's not gonna win majors, right?
Speaking of Alex, I haven't seen you play that guy in a while. Are you part of the people that just he left them behind in season 1?
He had a recent injury, so he's sitting back right now. He's still recovering. It's been a couple months, but I heard the doctor said he could come back maybe at the end of May, I think.
The end of May, okay.
He'll be good to go for a little bit, as long as he doesn't put too much pressure, But for me, personally, I want to play Bison because I find more enjoyment with him right now. It has nothing to do with how great a character is. I mean, I played Alex in Season 1. Everybody said he was trash for the longest time.
Right.
I try to make him work as best as possible, right? But clearly, the character is holding me back. So I had to jump over to Bison. Bison's really good. He's not overpowered. I think he's in the perfect position.
Yeah.
Just under the radar.
TampaBison said the same kind of thing. I'm glad you guys agree on something. That's really good to see.
That's why we had this connection,
Yeah, for sure.
That's why he taught me how to crouch and leg punch.
Yeah, he definitely taught you how to crouch. You didn't know anything about. You had never played Bison in your life.
I didn't even know I had light
you
punch.
learned. Yeah, you learned.
He showed me their light punch.
Right, you didn't even know that button existed. All right, I got you. That makes sense. So you said you're going to be at DreamHack Austin this weekend. Any final thoughts about maybe that event and where people can check out all your stuff and follow you at?
DreamHack is going to be a really big event because there's a premiere this year. So definitely a lot of internationals are coming from what I heard. And for me, I'll be traveling to at least 10 more majors.
Dang, look at that down there. They got your info already down there?
Yeah, follow me there, guys.
Did you say 10 more majors?
10 more majors. It's a lot for me.
Dang, you're going everywhere?
Kind of everywhere. I'm not like Justin Wong status, every weekend.
Yeah,
but I'm trying to get there because this is a rat race. You're going to go to get the points, do some damage, and I'm going to try to be as consistent as possible because I think that's the biggest issue with me.
Okay.
As a personal growth, Do
you think it's because you switch characters a lot that causes that?
I think it's because of my personality that causes me to switch characters.
Oh, okay. So it's like all connected?
Yes. Street Fighter and life is connected, and I'm trying to work that out right now.
Dang. So you heard it here first. Street Fighter and life connected. They're one with each other. That's the main thing we learned today. Down jab, stolen. It's connected. It's all part of the bigger ecosystem. But, thanks a lot for coming down, playing some games today. We're going to have another interview in just a second with our king, the reigning champ, who TampaBison is going to be throwing up against. It's going to be ChrisG, Mr. James Chen, in just a second.
So I have my first question I just have to ask you is, what are you doing here while your compatriot is hanging out in the Bahamas on the beach? How did you end up in this position?
Shout out to K-Brad, but this is what happens when you're a second-rate EG member. It's like I just have to pick up the scraps, and while some people just get to chill on the beach, drinking all sorts of stuff. But to be completely honest, I don't know why I'm here either. I found out yesterday, and they were like, oh, so do you want to do this last minute? And at first I was like, oh man, like I got a lot to do today. All right. So afterwards I contemplated it, and I took a nap, and so afterwards like, you know what? Whatever, right? So I'll do it. And I completely sidetracked yesterday, and I started playing League, and then the next thing I know, it's 2:30 in the morning. I was like, oh snap, I gotta be in Burbank in the morning. So I was like, you know what, whatever, man, I got this, YOLO, for K-Brad, man.
I mean, it sounds lots to do. I mean, is this some sort of EG hazing or something? Is K-Brad trying to assert his dominance here on the EG team?
Well, I mean, I guess, he won, right? He was the king. So
yeah, now he's on the beach getting, lotion rubbed on his back by Mike Ross. I mean, would you like to switch places with him or something?
Oh, of course, man. What? Man, if Mike offered to do that, I'd definitely take a back rub. But hey, man, it is what it is. I am here. I'm a fill-in, but maybe if I win, Maybe if I win, you know, he'll try to get his king back.
Okay.
I feel like he'll do that. I'll give it to him.
Okay.
You know, if he pays me or something, I don't know.
Well, you are going to be going up against TampaBison here, and I mentioned to him that, you know, the Guile-Bison matchup, not as bad as it's been in the past. How do you feel about this matchup?
EX Devils reverse, and no further comments.
Have you played TampaBison before in this game?
Yeah, I actually did once, and I was doing pretty bad in majors, so he actually beat me, and it was really ugly. Like he probably did dash jab, like no lie, like 17 times in a row, and I got hit every single time, and yeah, counter hit. I got counter hit every single time in a row, and you know, for the most part, you know, since TampaBison, I actually haven't lost a Bison player. You know, I fought Pinoy a bunch of times, LPN a bunch of times, Valiant, you know, all the other guys. Even Problem X, I beat his Bison. You know, hopefully I am ready for this run back, and hopefully I do good.
Well, it's interesting. You mentioned, you know, when you did play him, you were not doing too well at majors. But recently, you've been getting top 8s consistently. You just got, was it 4th or 5th at NCR? You tied with LPN then, right? So what accounts for that kind of turnaround where you felt like you weren't doing so good before, but now you're a dominant force at pretty much every major that you go to?
Well, the struggle was real before. And like the idea of doing well, you know, well, the idea of being forced to do well was such a big problem. And you know, I wasn't really focusing too much on like games in general, even though I should have been. But you know, now I'm Evil Geniuses, right? And I've been traveling a lot more, and I felt like that was a big problem that I wasn't able to do before. And you know, I got to play a lot of good players, and of course, because of that, I was able to do better. You know, the cloud is like, you know, it's not over my head anymore, and like I said, I just need to do well. That's it, and I could just play.
So obviously, outside of K-Brad trying to assert some dominance over you, I take it that means EG's been treating you really well, right?
Oh yeah, of course. They're treating me amazing. And it's great that I'm able to travel as much as possible again. And since before I wasn't able to do that, like everywhere that I went, it was really hard to play. But now I'm just like, okay, cool. Next major, if I don't do good this time, I'll do good next time. And like that's it. That's all I can do.
Well, speaking of, what are your plans? I mean, are you doing the Justin Wong thing? Or are you gonna go to like majors every single weekend, like LPN was saying?
I'm gonna definitely try to, as well as streaming, and just hanging out, having a good time. I do want to travel and be the best that I can. Maybe you know, do good in Marvel again. But as far as Street Fighter V is concerned, I've always wanted to be a top player. As much as I never really wanted to admit it, and as much as I didn't put the practice in it, you know, you could see in Street Fighter IV, I definitely wanted to be a top player. Street Fighter V, I feel like I can. I have the resources, and I have really good characters.
Well, you just hinted at the question I was going to ask you next. Obviously, one of your greatest strengths is Ultimate Marvel vs. Capcom 3. You're the current EVO champion. Today, this morning, the release date for Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite was announced. They said it's coming out in September. How excited are you about that game?
Oh, I can't wait. Honestly, I don't care about Marvel 3. Like, as soon as I saw that, I was like, you know what, man, let's just speed up some time. I don't know, Flash, come over, do something. But I definitely am ready to play. I'm ready for all sorts of different teams, different gems. I want to know what the gems do specifically. And, yeah, I want to, like, reassert my dominance again, another Marvel game.
All right, well, sounds good. Well, you're definitely going to try to assert your dominance right now over TampaBison, and we're going to see that match 1st to 10 right after this break.
Hey everybody, how's it going? Welcome back to ESL King of the Hill. So we had our first match of the day. It's time for our King match.
That's right.
One I'm excited for. I think it's going to be a good one. ChrisG, the fill-in. He seems awfully ecstatic to be here. He's like, yeah, I rolled out of bed. I came on over. I got my headphones. It's a good day.
Yeah, well, he's going to be going up against TampaBison, and so TampaBison's going to do everything that he can to take this match, including, let's see how lucky he can get in this matchup.
Yeah, we learned luck is a major factor, apparently, in about everything. He's like, he got lucky. He learned that jab from me. He got lucky that I didn't throw him the thumbs up. This. Like, it's always, it's just the key thing about everything. Street Fighter is tied to life. So everything is luck, apparently. That's what we've learned today. It's been a very, I feel like it's like one of those days where, you learn so many things about the way the universe works.
Exactly.
Cosmos is playing on Twitch, and I feel like this is the real discovery of how mankind works.
Every discussion can always be talked about in Street Fighter matchups. Every lesson in life,
It's true.
if you get swept, don't worry, you'll get up again. These kind of things. It's all tied to life. It's all tied to life.
All of it is. It's just a big, circle. That's just how it goes. But yeah, there's our players. ChrisG, TampaBison.
Yep, it's ChrisG, aka Fake K Brad, for this week, going up against TampaBison on the right. I'm suspecting it's going to be Guile versus Bison the entire way through.
Earlier ChrisG told LPN that he likes to play Ibuki against Bison,
right.
and he said, "Yeah, if you play Bison against me, I'll play Ibuki." And LPN responded, "Okay, you're not allowed to play Guile. Sounds like a deal." That was his response. So yeah, but ChrisG is locked into that Ibuki pick. He said that he feels like this is a matchup that he likes more.
Interesting.
So really interesting. Yeah, I wonder if TampaBison also expected this pick, or if he didn't. Maybe I don't know what the plan was. But it is going to be Ibuki versus Bison.
Interesting. So all that talk that I had about Guile versus Bison, just ignore all that.
Yeah, I mean it was an elaborate interview bait. You know what I mean?
I'm playing mind games with the
was
players
like, yeah, I've been playing
myself.
that matchup. I've been getting ready. It's gonna be sick.
Oh man.
Yeah, and I like that TampaBison went for down jab anti-air earlier. He learned that from LPN. That's something that he learned. He didn't know about it before. So.
Learned it through luck, by the way.
Yeah.
But the interesting thing is a lot of people really have been. So when Ibuki first came out, ChrisG was playing a lot of Ibuki online. Yeah. But I feel like since then, Ibuki really has become one of those characters that has been super fleshed out. Like people are really starting to get these mix-ups going.
James, as you were saying, all the good gospel about Ibuki. I was watching a light show on the screen. I was so enamored with the mix-ups. Oh, combo in the air. Nice work.
That's enough, yep.
Yeah, ChrisG used that air kunai to extend EX Raida to pick up the end of that thing. Very nice work. And yeah, as you mentioned, he's been playing Ibuki really since the start. A lot of people have kind of been jumping on the bandwagon, talking about how strong she was. But yeah, ChrisG has been playing Ibuki's, ever since she came out. He's been a fan.
There's that jumping medium kick from Ibuki that has like a weird hitbox. So I saw it trade with Bison's crouching jab.
The way that move is just real funky because a lot of times Ibuki will cross you up, but she actually hits in the front of you, and then she lands behind you.
Oh, it's a Street Fighter 4 jump attack.
Yes, it's like Sakura jump gears, where it just randomly decides the direction it's going to go in. But yeah, you see, so far things are paying off for Chris. This is the chance for TampaBison. He doesn't have any meter, though, so yeah.
Yeah, so he reset into the throw. Smart stuff. And now gets the jump in. No anti-airs from Chris.
Oh, punish. He's got the meter figuring out. Do the right.
Yeah. Is this even going to be enough to... Oh, he missed it! And that Raida, EX Raida, I swear it has like infinite juggle potential. Like there's like no time it cannot juggle.
Right, yeah. There are certain moves like that always finish out on juggles and you can get, and that's one of them. ChrisG has explained he's using his hands to signify some kind of Navy SEAL hand sign to the trained professionals here at the ESL studio.
Dude, look at what is going on with this joystick? You see this lighting up buttons?
Yeah, what's going on there? He's got... There's some kind of... They weren't even... a lot of people have joysticks that light up when you hit the button. Yeah. But they were doing their own thing.
They're like sending out Morse code or something like that.
Yeah, I mean,
That'd be sick if it was like Morse code for "you are free," like just like the entire time, Oh my God.
It's done already, and I love that he used heavy Raida for the corner carry. So no more kunai available for ChrisG. He just used all of them. He's got to reload.
And you know, they say that Ibuki gets really weak without the kunai, but Chris obviously not having any problems.
Yeah, I mean, if you're in the lead, it doesn't matter. You know, you need the kunai for your mix-ups to get the damage, and you need
get
it
in.
Yeah, for getting in. You need it for offense and setups and damage and stuff like that. But to close out a round, you know, it's not too big of a deal in that scenario. Trade. TampaBison slowing things down a bit, but one of the things that Chris mentioned about why he likes this matchup is that he feels like Ibuki can really maul Bison, and that's something that she's really good at. And you can see it here. Like, anytime Chris gets in, Bison really doesn't have a good way to deal with it.
Yeah, and you can even see that TampaBison's really scared to go for that anti-air because the jumping medium kick has been beating a lot of his anti. Oh my god, and then he throws the V reversal.
Yeah, and Chris, he's been doing a great job on defense of not getting antsy, right? He's just like hanging out, blocking, and he gets 2 kunais back.
Okay, so he goes for the air-to-air option this time. I like that. We saw that from TampaBison a couple times in the first set.
Chris really wants that V skill so he can gain that V trigger. That's what he's looking for here. Anti-air.
Oh, there, he's got it now, so he's...
Oh,
what
that
a
should be the
firm. Yep, and ChrisG, 4 rounds in a row here to take the first 2 games. Definitely showing that his Ibuki is doing work here.
Yeah, really impressive. I think the key thing is that in neutral, he's not too antsy. He's not running into anything that Bison's doing. And, you know, when he gets his own pressure, he's really just getting the job done. You know, there's very little kind of like moments where ChrisG is panicking and giving stuff up. I feel like he's almost always playing pretty well. That was a wake-up button that got crush countered.
Yeah. So ChrisG just goes back and just tries to reset the neutral and reset the pace. Like you said, he's really dictating the speed of the matches right now.
Yeah, you see, he's not going in too crazy when he doesn't have to. Oh, mix-up works out.
Yeah. It's just, you know, the Ibukis that use that every so often are the scariest ones because you just forget about it.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden it comes from nowhere. There's those Ibukis who are just obsessed with teleporting behind you, and that becomes too obvious. Oh, God, perfect anti-air. You can see TampaBison really has to go for those air-to-airs to stop Chris from jumping at him.
Goes to the kunai. You see that it's blocked, so ChrisG doesn't go into the V-trigger. He might need more kunai, actually, to close out the run. He's got 2 left.
Okay, this time TampaBison did block it, was able to punish the target combo. Oh, a frame trap with that standing heavy punch, and that is gonna give TampaBison his first round.
Yeah, important round for sure. I mean, you know, the main thing is here is that ChrisG kind of, I feel like, got a little too greedy for the kunai activation. He really wanted V-trigger.
All right, here's this corner pressure. Flies right out of there. ChrisG's willing to take that little bit of damage just to get out of the corner.
Finally, TampaBison just blocking. I feel like he's been frame trapped a few times and now has finally learned, like, all right, I'm just going to hang out. And you see Chris never goes for that left-right mix-up.
Yeah.
He's just taking the knockdown.
And that one nice thing about characters like Ibuki, you know, with that V-trigger comeback, you never feel like you're quite out of a round. So even with a big deficit like this, it just takes one hit and he could take off the rest of that life.
And you see Chris, he's really moving in, trying to find this V-reversal. Chris threw him. Bomb is still there. Overhead.
Oh,
the bomb is
but it hit him out of the air.
Yeah. So unfortunately, he couldn't do the normal combo off of it because the bomb explosion plus overhead was a kind of a weird juggle that he got. So a game for TampaBison, and I feel like a lot of that was ChrisG trying to meet too many Devil's Reverses in the air and then a little too greedy for his activation into V-trigger. You know, instead of waiting for the moment, he was trying to force it to happen.
Yeah, very different from the first 2 games where we were saying that he just controlled everything so well. Third game, he might have been pressing a little bit too much.
Yeah, maybe a little too comfortable.
Oh, okay, that time the crouching light punch worked. And now TampaBison tries to get in there, but gets caught by here, Kitty Cat. And now TampaBison has him in the corner, keeps this pressure going. Lots of chip, lots of gray health. Oh, and that's all
ChrisG trying to command dash out. Gets the hit. He's
oh
got
boy,
corner
here
plus
we
activation. See what it is? Yeah, he gets a mix up here.
Oh,
yeah, it looked like it was in the front, actually.
Yeah, I don't think he got quite behind fast enough. Oh, man.
Does go for the left right.
Yeah, there it is.
Front.
But you know what?
One more.
Yeah.
In the front again.
You know what? I'm just going to think about the words of Mr. Spabarog. He just put out a video talking about this and said that the cross-up is actually harder to land than it is to stay in front. So
Yes.
you almost want to block normal more times than you block in the opposite direction.
Yeah, problem of course is though that, you know, she can go behind. It depends
Yes.
on the character and how wide they are, right? So like bigger characters, it's a little tougher to get behind them. Oh, missed his reset there. And just block the Devil's Reverse. Old crush counter.
But it was fortunate to be out of the air, so not huge combo damage after that. Oh, almost had the punish with the jump back. But here we go. What's the follow-up? Oh, he misses the Rida again.
Yeah, a couple of drops from Chris now. Throwing out of the V reversal again. That's 3 or 4 times. Oh, combo. One more.
Wow,
Too
Chris
far.
has missed a lot of those, and now he's just trying to get the last bit of damage
Nice
with
trade.
the kunai. But yeah, beautiful trade with the jump attack.
And you can see Chris, a lot of head shakes. He's not happy. You know, even though he closed out the round, like it was a lot of drops. And drops when you win the game, you know, are not the end of the world, but he knows that those will come back to bite him if he's at a deficit.
Yeah, it's interesting how often you'll see like top players win a game and then
upset.
shake their head.
Yeah.
You know, but that's a good sign because they know that they kind of got away with a lot of things and their play wasn't clean enough and he was dropping all those Ridas. So
Yeah, winning or losing, you know, it's going to happen, but the important part is always trying to improve your play. That's what matters more than any one win or loss.
Ooh, got caught right out of his V skill. Didn't
block.
punish the target combo that time.
Yeah, it's one of those things that when you're blocking it, you just sort of input your punish during the whole time. Oh, that walk under was so well done from Chris. He's going to get combo here into the corner. Side.
Okay.
No, he stays in the front, actually. No
Yeah.
command dash.
Nothing really too tricky with those mix-ups that he went for. All right, here comes TampaBison, gonna use that. Oh, wow!
But, and he's going to be able to get a mix up this time behind. Yeah, you can see
he
it.
did make it behind that time.
Oh, behind. What the heck was that? He just landed. He is facing to the right. Ibuki's looking one way. The hitboxes and her boxes, I don't know what's happening.
All right, well, it's down to the wire here, so Chris is gonna use that EX kunai to get in.
Yeah, no more EX gauge though. Oh, he hit a button. And there's the V reversal. One hit'll do it.
Oh my God.
Plus, good block. ChrisG staying so patient. He needs a hit though.
Oh, and then a crouch light punch in the throw finally. I mean, I think ChrisG was definitely showing that he was willing to block pretty much everything. So TampaBison with the right read to finally go for that throw.
Chris lands in the front. This time just takes the damage instead of the mix-up. You know, Rida is for positioning and offense. Punish again on that target combo. TampaBison doing a good job now.
And it's interesting because, you know, when you watch guys like Cien play Ibuki, he goes for that left-right mix-up like almost 100% of the time.
Yeah, Momochi Ibuki was doing the same thing the last time we saw it too, so.
That's right, Momochi's using Ibuki now too. Someone joked that everybody, like Ibuki's kind of like the new Elena, that everybody has a pocket Ibuki now. But I don't know if that's true because I feel like a lot of people, it's not even a pocket Ibuki, it's become their main character.
Yeah, with Chris, it's always been his main, you know, so it's one of those things that he doesn't really have to worry about that. The unfamiliarity is going to be very rare. Uppercut trade, you'll take that if you're Chris. Activates. V reversal does get thrown.
Yeah, again.
Gets a kunai back. That's important. She's got to manage that. Oh, it's still on the way. Oh, he parachuted out of the way.
Nice. Super Mario World is way over there with the
It really
cape.
did look like it. It was like there was a bomb coming. There was an enemy. He was like, all right, I got to jump over. I got to float this way. Yeah. Keeping that momentum and everything. It was crazy. He was like, all right, I got to get out of here. Wow, started on the right and then ended up on his left behind. That was crazy. All right, jump in and the pressure. He has never been hit by that overhead.
Yeah. It's very easy to react to. It usually catches people when they're hitting buttons or when they're doing like a crouch light kick or something like that.
Yeah, most of the time it's one of those things you walk up into somebody's face and you try to bait a throw with it.
Right.
Like you're looking for them to stand tag. Oh, what a back jump from Chris. It was a really good read.
Yeah, it's the second time he's been able to do that. Ooh, that was an accidental input, like the crossing up.
He wanted an uppercut and he got the half circle back.
Well, at least he got a kunai back. You know?
Yeah, I mean, maybe it was all part of the plan. He was like, all right, I'm going to grab a kunai here, no problem. Mix up, you got to guess left, right.
All right. Oh, he
front.
stayed in the front, and TampaBison's just not believing. I think ChrisG's gone for the front on that mix-up twice now.
No kunai available for Chris. You see him, he's trying to fake the reload.
Yeah.
Doesn't want to actually go for it. That'll allow TampaBison to get a slide. Good low block. Would have been in it if he got hit. Anti-air, no.
Ooh, no, he was just too scared right at the last second. Here we go, roundhouse in the face. Again, roundhouse, and the Fierce is going to catch him.
Oh, V reversal, very smart from Chris. He's out of there. He does have 2 EX gauge. So with punish. Okay, there it is. There it is.
Just a little too far for that Psycho Axe to connect, and that is going to spell the doom for TampaBison.
If Chris had panicked and tried to hit a button to whip punish it like 3 frames earlier, he had seen it, it was like, oh, I'm going to whip punish this, boom, he would have got crush counter.
Yeah.
And that would have been it. The scariest buttons are the heavy buttons that are slow. So that you see it on the way and you're like, oh, there's that normal. I'm going to punish. And then as you stick it out, you just get hit and you're like, dang. All right.
You hear the rings, the coins, the jangling. Yeah.
It's like, oh, well, you know, it sucks to suck. Air to air. Man, she has a really floaty jump, but I guess so does Bison, so.
Oh, got him with the torch. Oh, see, that time he was
Counter
touching
hit.
a button. You saw a counter hit. Yeah, that's how that usually lands.
He's going to spend the kunai here.
Yep.
In the front, yep.
I mean, that was definitely a lot of kunai to spend. And not for, I don't feel like it was close enough for a kill, but TampaBison is not going to get a V reversal at this point in time unless
V-trigger.
A V-trigger, yeah.
Yeah, because of the V reversal, exactly. Oh,
Yeah.
crush countered, man. And I like that, Chris. I think it's really interesting. A lot of people take Rida there, or they take the uppercut for offense. He just does down medium punch and does command dash for the left, right.
Yeah, goes for the reset instead.
It's an interesting idea. A lot of people, you know, they're kind of stuck in their own ideas, but I like that Chris's characters, it always seems like he's doing what he thinks is good, or whatever he thinks is cool, you know?
He learns the characters without watching other players play. He develops them himself. And so, yeah, you're right. He doesn't have a copy-paste version of any character that he plays.
That was a big risk. Yeah, he finally went for it. And I think the reason I'm at least, interesting, media EX scissor. The worst part about that is he allowed TampaBison to crush counter him, which built him a lot of V gauge. Close to stun now, V reversal. But look, he gave TampaBison V-trigger and sacrificed his own for that uppercut. That was the scary part about it. Interrupt. Oh, got him.
That should be enough.
Oh, wow, it did. That's a lot of damage on that EX Rida. He did a great job to pick up the combo with EX kunai. Grab the air kunai and then get the EX again. So ChrisG had a big lead here over TampaBison, 5-1.
The only way that wasn't going to kill is if ChrisG just dropped it like he had earlier. But that's why you saw him shaking his head, because he knows he shouldn't have been dropping them, and now he's landing those.
It's like he literally shook it off. He's like, all right, I'm going to stop this. There's a hard call out on that V skill with the downboard heavy punch. Not a lot of characters have the normals to reach or max distance V skill. You know, that's one of those ranges where a lot of characters are like, man, I don't know what to do. I got to jump, right?
Yeah, it's her and Karen have that very similar V skill where they can charge it all the way up like that, and then it becomes just this great footsie poke tool.
Yeah, it baits jumps because you're like, all right, I got to jump to beat it. She's going to go for the V skill. Would jump in and the air jump back jab to get out of there.
Wow, wake up, jump back air jab.
Yeah. Chris got a little antsy, I feel like, at the end there, trying to find a hit, and TampaBison kind of smelled it. There's a few interruptive normal, and that's what you got to do, right? I think that's one of the most important things, Bison, in this matchup. You got to be interceptive on the way in. Stop her from being able to approach easily. See the head shake. Chris not happy about missing his meaty.
Oh, got him again.
Stun. Big jump into. He does have a bar, but no reason to spend it.
Oh, that's supposed to cover both wake-ups, but I think he might have just did it a little too early.
Half V skill, he's got the bomb set up here. Oh, the Devil Reverse got him out of the bomb.
I like it.
Oh my gosh. What doesn't it do? No, but yeah, that's actually, I feel like it's supposed to be a lot of the times the intention of Devil's Reverse, right? Like you can react to fireballs with it and stuff, and you can use it to get out of projectiles.
Was he in V-trigger when he did that?
I don't think so, no.
Okay, okay.
Yeah.
Because I know it has true invincibility when in V-trigger, right?
So he had popped the V-trigger later in the round, but yeah, like I think it just got out of there really early frames. Little tap V skill. Crushed. And he's very close to stun. Oh, they use uppercut one more. Stun.
And the throw is going to do it.
And this does a lot of damage. So he's, there's like, it feels like the kunai right there barely scaled. For whatever reason. It just does so much. Like, it's like the Laura forward heavy punch target combo and up elbow. Like, it always does so much damage. Even if there's a lot of scaling, it's like, it does a grip.
I mean, it's just one of those things where all the hits do small amount of damage, so when they scale, like, if they scale past a certain point, they'll just still do most of the damage, because you can only scale so low.
Yeah, exactly. There's a percentage scaling that you hit, and you're just like, all right, well.
Oh, just caught him out of his scissor kick, it looked like. He's getting pestered from a screen away.
Yeah, those kunai are surprisingly, like, good, because they're just so fast, and they force you to, like, they just, if you get impatient, oh, man, he walked into the jump and he thought it was going to be behind. Mix up here, in the front. Yeah, kunai just, they're frustrating to deal with. Yeah, as you can see, they catch movement, and then when you start blocking again, then she reloads, and you're like, gosh, I gotta move, and then she hits you with a kunai, and you're just like, all right, this character. Oh, he walked into it. It looked like he tried to get under.
Yeah.
Like it was a regular
That's
jump.
usually what happened. Oh, wow, that was actually too far for the standing heavy punch to reach. That thing usually has range for days.
Man, ChrisG, he had this, the end of that round, like the last 20 seconds in that round was this like hit and run kind of evasive style of Ibuki that you really get to see. It's like when she has a lead and she has a ton of kunai to throw, that's when she's like super dangerous, because even though the kunai do low damage, if you don't have a lot of life, then it adds up pretty quick.
That definitely felt like one of those, I'm gonna frustrate my opponent on my way to win that round.
Yeah, and you gotta wonder if it'll have long-term frustrations, right? Like it's not just something that lasts a round.
Right.
One of those things that TampaBison could be frustrated for multiple games or multiple rounds.
Yeah, if he's thinking about that kunai all the time, which every time he gets caught in the knees by those daggers, he's just going to be thinking about it again.
Clean anti-air from Chris. There was a little hesitation there, but TampaBison was thinking, like, is he going to EX uppercut again? Because the overhead is negative. It's not unsafe.
All right, nice pressure sequence from TampaBison. Oh, he missed the juggle.
Swiping away, though. He's not in a bad spot. He's got a lead here and corner positioning. He's just got,
Ooh, was that intentional? That wasn't even an EX uppercut.
No, probably not what he wanted. Like, dash up uppercut is probably not what he wanted.
That's the V reversal actually put the bomb forward, so he had to block it afterwards.
Yeah. It's that force field, you know, it hits behind him.
Yeah.
So it's like, what is he going to do about it, right? He just pulls it forward. He needs himself an Aegis Reflector, so he can take control of the bomb.
Good block from Chris.
All right, 2 kunais gone.
Using those kunais to keep himself safe and the pressure going. Nice confirm on the counter hit. Gets a throw now.
You can see that. That's one of the big things that TampaBison struggled with, dealing with that jump medium kick. Yeah, he anti-aired it there, but when it's at cross-up height, he has to go for air-to-air. And if you're looking for an air-to-air, you can't focus on the ground approach. So it's really tough to do.
Good block and no punish.
I think it was because he was so used to Chris doing the first 2 hits of the target combo, he wasn't ready for the third V reversal, and it gets thrown. He's very, very, very slow V reversal.
Yeah, and it doesn't have a lot of range either. All right, TampaBison trying to get that pressure going, but Chris backing off. And again,
yeah, he just tapped the V skill, right?
Yeah.
Uppercut. That was bait, the uppercut. If you try to punish it, you know, you get hit by the bomb.
Oh, coming down trade.
No combo there from TampaBison. It's like he didn't believe it was going to work. Maybe he was worried about the range. But now one more bomb for Chris, which means if he finds something in the EX kunai, he might be able to take it.
Yeah, but right now TampaBison doing a good job pressuring and then just catches him by surprise with an EX scissors. So fast.
Yeah, I feel like the times when Chris is losing here is often when he's at a deficit and he really wants the B trigger mix-ups, like more than anything, so he starts to play a little too reckless.
Alright, 2 kunai down. It's one of the tricky things. You really gotta, not only does Ibuki have to pay attention to how many kunai she has, but the opponent's really gotta pay attention as well. It's one of the things that you forget, because honestly, Juri and Ibuki are the first Street Fighter characters ever to get a sub-meter, like
bottom meter, yeah,
like a second a third resource they have to watch over, essentially.
Yeah, I mean, like, keeping track of Jury's stores in Street Fighter 4, or Street Fighter 5 were a thing, but it was like Street Fighter 4, it's very different though, you know?
Yeah,
It's like a fireball that she has access to.
Yeah, there was no graphical representation on the screen.
Right. It's something like Hakon's oil.
Yeah.
Wow, clean
Ooh,
answer, Chris.
nice. And a great confirm off of the command dash cancel. Okay, there it is, that jump back. All right, it looks like TampaBison's got his anti-airs going. The jump back jab made Chris hit his button early, so the crouching light punch worked the second time, and he's in.
Oh, no. Yeah, too many dashes for
boy.
TampaBison. He's going to spend the resource to get the round. Dang, that bomb explosion during the startup was so sick looking.
It was for dramatic effect, you know?
Yeah,
it was
exactly. Like it was directed by Michael Bay for a second there. Coming this summer, Michael Bay directs Naruto Hansen. The Last Kunai. Starring Chris G. Man, he got the corner real quick without really doing much damage.
Yeah.
Just all positioning.
And Chris manages to get out just by doing the command hop.
He caught the EX orb on startup.
And
Oh,
then
man.
no orb, and you lose the meter. Oh,
Pesky projectile.
Yeah.
Kunai is.
oh, dang. Okay, that was a far throw. Yeah, I was expecting a heavy kick as well.
And the risk reward says to take the throw. But
Oh, yeah.
eventually, you're going to do it. You're just like, all right, look, I'll tech. You got me.
Yeah, especially when your life is this low and you know that the throw will kill you.
Yeah, that's the scariest time. Uh-oh. Chris, he got a little green. He was like, instead of going kunai V-trigger, he was like, all right, I'm going to do this one more time. One more revolution, the jab strong fierce, and then I'm going to do something out of it. But
Yeah, he figured that even a two-bomb mix-up, even if he landed it, probably wouldn't have killed him at that point. So he wanted one little extra mix-up at the beginning.
oh, runs into it.
Dashes right into the Psycho Axe. There.
Early corner pressure from TampaBison again. And the V-reversal from Chris. That's so valuable to get the V-reversal from Ibuki because her V-trigger is so good. Takes damage again. Another block on that overhead.
Jeez. Well, at least he got the Psycho Orb out, but just didn't do anything because then he put himself in that range where he just got crossed up. And there it is again, Chris with the perfect anti-air on the Devil's Reverse.
With the little V-skill again, he's trying to build that V-gauge. You know, the goal is to survive either the next hit or build the V-trigger so that you can use it, right? Like if TampaBison gets a clean hit, doesn't kill Chris, then he'll be fine. Yeah, as you can see, he just needs to block a few more normals and that V-trigger will be there. There it is.
All right, but that's oh no, he threw a little too early.
And a little movement on his wake up's gonna take it. Chris G. That was the most important thing. Those blocks were so clutch because it allowed Chris to build the V gauge, and that's something that you got to manage.
Right.
There's a lot of matchups in this game where, like, if your character is outgunned on the ground, you just got to block a lot and build your V trigger. That's kind of your plan. So as Chris, that's kind of what he did there. He was just like, all right, I'm gonna hang out, build this gauge, close it out. he got more damage by jumping twice and getting the counter hit when he landed than the anti-air jabs did.
Yep.
So like the risk reward says, why not, right? If your opponent's only anti-air is a jab, then it's like, all right, fine.
All right, well, that was one of the first times that TampaBison finally called out the kunai reload and was able to punish it, but wasn't too bad. Now Chris gets out of the corner.
He's got like 4 anti-airs. and then the jump, look at the damage differential, right? It's like so in your favor. Yeah,
and that was even after Chris dropped the end of that combo.
Right. If your character has bad anti-airs, then this is your life. Like, you're just gonna have to get used to it. If you have a character that leads damaging anti-airs, then it's a little different. But that is just life. Some characters have different options, and that'll close out the round despite all the jumps working for Chris for a while there. TampaBison managed to convince him to stay grounded long enough to close out the round, so good work. And big combo damage again, just because of the gray on there. Oh, out of range for the V-skill, but Chris doesn't get punished, so it's not the end of the world.
See TampaBison just slowly walking up. And I always consider that one of the signs between a really good Bison and a mediocre Bison is how often they walk forward. because it feels so sluggish, but...
Got to move in. Got to be in there. Man, ChrisG is getting smacked up, but okay, V-trigger. Oh, the Marn setup? Oh, it was a little variation on it. Overhead is jump back, but not a full combo.
Okay, V-reversal. Good timing on that V-reversal. Caught her out of her forward dash. Oh, ChrisG still there, has one bomb. Oh,
we just walked through the explosion. Man, cool guys never look back at explosions. He just like walked through it.
He just looked straight at it. He walked into it, not even away from it. All right, so now we've got a couple in a row now for TampaBison.
Yeah, 7-4. So Chris really got to sit here, maybe think about it, because I feel like he was looking so strong at the start, and now it's maybe slipping a bit.
Yeah.
It's so weird. E.G. NYChrisG for the West.
I mean, look.
LA-ChrisG win.
Man. Like I said, look, I hinted at in the first set, you know, West Coast hasn't been doing too well. The last two West Coast winners kind of were like K-Brad and ChrisG.
West Coast is against. Let's go. Baits the throw. I'll count it. If you've lived it, if you
claim it, you claim it,
yeah,
right?
If when you get back from the Bahamas, you retire to the West Coast, if that's your home, you're definitely West Coast. ChrisG has played on a team tournament as SoCal ChrisG.
That's right.
Couldn't count it. Put one on the board.
ChrisG now can drain a lot of life with that gray health, but TampaBison doing a good job right now. Here we go, mix up.
Ooh, yeah, V-reversal gets rid of that bar meter.
Again, it feels like it's such a shame because you lose that meter as well as TampaBison.
Oh! He had to hit the back medium punch the opposite direction. That was so sick.
Yeah, but he was ready for it. I mean,
SoCal ChrisG.
We said in the first set with LPN, sometimes you just forget, you know, you just walk into it, but Chris was like, nah, I'm ready for it, and I've got my back medium punch, which is now a forward medium punch to make a back medium punch.
Yeah, that was awareness.
Oh, man.
A whiff. And yeah, TampaBison really, the hard parts about this match for him, I feel like have really been the jumping, the cross-ups, and the pressure. Like, that offense is so tough to deal with.
Yeah, and every time he gets that jump back light punch against Ibuki, that's it. He has no offense, he has no mix-up off that, he flies a screen away.
Yeah. It's not damaging.
Yeah, and it doesn't do any damage. So if you're ChrisG, you're like, whatever, keep jump jabbing me, you know.
And he's chilling. Walk down throw. And there it is. Chris just jumps out. I think a worthy thing to go for.
It's the Japanese tech, right? Let him walk you to the corner and then just jump over him.
Jump forward. That was Tokido's strategy when he played Momochi at Seam last year. He was just like, I'm corner jump. Oh, Chris just needs one activation, though, to get started. And you can't be too antsy for it. I feel like this is really where he's kind of giving up rounds, is when he's like, all right, I need a V-trigger. How am I going to get it?
Well, he has it right now, and he's actually got TampaBison at that life range where I feel like it's worth it to spend the meter to see if he can go for the kill. So if he can confirm into an EX kunai, no whip punish, that just runs away smart.
There's not that much time left either. Oh, he got him!
Oh, no. Here we go.
Man.
Okay, mix-up time.
Got to gas left, right. In the front. Oh. V-reversal, EX kunai. He doesn't have the lead, though. Chris
He ran out of kunais. He ran out of kunais. He threw it. He didn't have it, and he spent all that meter. Oh.
Man, East Coast ChrisG loses the round. It's tough. I like him walking up with the roundhouse. I feel like that's a button that he was using a lot at the start of the set, and a little less now. I like that too. The standing jab and a low medium kick. It's a good little check from Ibuki. You know, people try to walk back all the time.
It's another one of those good, nice, decent range crouch medium kicks. Oh my God! Came down from the other side. Gets big damage off of that Devil's Reverse. And yeah, TampaBison very close now to getting this to 7-5, as you mentioned. You know, it feels like, oh, he thought he was gonna go behind.
Oh, but turn around, you know, it handles itself. It's like a self-driving car. It's the future. The Devil's Reverse is the future. Oh, yeah, it's safe. You can see that trade good for Chris. He's got good offense here. And Gage with the jump.
Oh, he baited out. Oh, he
didn't have kunai. He didn't have the kunai.
Oh,
God.
Nice tech. He's still in it. He's down to 0 health, but it really doesn't matter because you can't get chipped out.
The late pressure from TampaBison. Any hit now? Oh, he just went for it. I think he thought he was gonna orb.
Yeah.
I think that was he like read an orb or something.
You remember that match that he had against what was it? Was it Fudo or was it Momochi? That I think it was Momochi at NCR where he just had that
He
crazy
for like 30 minutes.
Yeah. Didn't work out for him this time, however, and now it's 7-5. It's gotten so much closer.
Yeah, and I feel like TampaBison, as the set has gone on, has learned more and more, not only about the match, but about Chris. Like he seems like he's really comfortable in dealing with the pressure now.
He was up 7-2 at one point, and TampaBison has rattled off several games in a row now.
Air to air with the Devil's Reverse. And I feel like that patience and that control that ChrisG had earlier is kind of gone now. All right, he's got it. Let's see if he can make it count. I feel like his V-trigger mix-ups have not led to the most damage. Yeah, just like that. Second bomb out. And the throw. I mean, yeah, you'll take the throw over the bomb explosion for sure. Got caught in front. Does he chase the backdash here? Oh, the check.
Oh, yeah, see that 3-frame stand like it's so good now.
Chris, I feel like Chris really bullied his way to a W there. Like he mauled his way in there, he got in there and was like, yeah, I got this. Yeah, does not try to anti-air the Devil's Reverse as he likes his life bar.
Yeah, I mean, when it's coming down right on top of you like that, it's so hard to anti-air.
Yeah, it's like, just hang out. Like, just relax, you know? It's not worth it. Oh, crush counter.
Okay.
Yeah, he got the backdash, so it was crush counter state. Orb is coming. Oh, man, it's so cool that
interesting.
it does that now. I didn't used to do that last season.
Right, it just keeps going, but I just like to jump over, jump back. You know,
and he had all this time to position. He's like, I'll just go back.
He's like, I'll use my own bomb mix-ups. Thank you very much.
That's the bomb mix-ups for Bison.
Not quite as effective, but you know, it'll do. It'll do.
It was pretty ambiguous. He jumped and then he jumped back over. It was like a left-right, upside down, unblockable, and escapable. The Socko combo video.
I mean, you think about it. If he activates V-trigger, then he can teleport behind you too. So he's just like Ibuki.
Same mix-ups.
Exactly. Same characters.
Man, Chris finding a couple hits here. Mix-ups.
Oh, it does make it behind. Oh.
Reloads a couple of those kunai. Spends them. He gets a little offense there. Yeah, he can't pick that up mid-screen unless he has EX right up. So, but in the corner, you can do regular right up.
But he spent the whole thing, which is really risky because, well, he's got one back now.
Single kunai. It's gone now. Good blocks. TampaBison living on a pixel now because of all that gray.
Ooh, bounced off of there, but the dunk was too early. Comes back down, and again, a trade that pays off great for ChrisG. So
he's out there scrapping, man. He is out there living. Every one of these scrambles, I feel like he is fighting. He's like trying to be first to action, and it's really interesting. I feel like he's moving 3 times as much as Bison, but Bison hits so hard that when he does get any kind of like corner pressure or lockdown, like it's just so damaging.
Yeah. By the way, I mentioned that the largest lead was 7-2. Actually, largest lead was 6-2.
Okay.
So he had a 4-game lead. But now he's gotten it back up to 3. TampaBison had dropped it all the way down to only 2 games.
Yeah, he can still afford to go 2-1 at this point and still win. You know, Chris just needs like a W in that ratio and he'll be fine. Oh, no combo, but he didn't complete it. He had the medium kick and the light kick, but didn't.
Ooh, he got Laura tactics going here.
Except for this one's actually advantage.
Yeah, Laura's a facade, but it works for some reason.
Yeah, Ibuki's isn't as fast, so it's an okay trade, you know.
Again, that jump, but see, screen away. You don't get anything off of it. Yeah, you get her off of you, but that's all that you get. There's barely any damage, almost negligible.
And you also corner yourself by jumping back, or lose corner positioning.
Right.
Man, he is chopping away. Just so much pressure. Okay, this is big. There's actually a lot of damage on this. We'll see if he spends second bomb. Mix up, and he just goes for another round.
Yeah, just for pressure.
Yeah, it got him some great damage. Anti-air.
With his own light punch.
Oh, just fishing, trying to find that one hit to close it out. He just needs any little tap.
And there it is, that jumping medium kick. You called that out very early on. That seems like where Chris is getting a lot of his play from, is that jumping medium kick. And yeah, it has continued to be a thorn in TampaBison's side.
It's one of the best jump-ins in the game. I think it's not just the hitbox situation on it. It's her jump arc. It's so incredibly difficult to deal with the way she jumps. Man, that's like 2 counter hits in a row on Chris's wake up.
If you say anything is like Sakura jump heavy punch, then it's like one of the greatest jump attacks ever.
Yeah, it's not quite at that level,
right,
but it's, man, that button is something.
It's the equivalent here in Street Fighter V, you know?
Yeah, exactly. It's, you know, Sakura, you just like whiff a couple normals, you do jump fierce. Who knows where it's gonna land? I don't know. You don't know. Fake cross up, upside down, unblockable, inescapable, left right option select. You know, the usual.
Well, TampaBison now trying to take this back. Was able to take round number 2.
Yeah, I feel like Chris here playing a little angry, playing a little fast and loose, and he's lost a lot of his health bar because of it.
Yeah, TampaBison basically still sitting on a perfect if he can recover. Oh, never mind. Okay, all that health is gone. Oh, wow. He spent that and then was able to get 3 daggers back. Interesting. Okay. I really wanted to see him to do teleport to the other side into the
orb.
Yeah.
And then TampaBison down forward heavy punches off of it. Oh, man.
That would have been so sick.
Somewhere Desk is watching. Now he's got the idea. The video's already probably done.
One-handed without looking at the joystick, you know. Oh, chased him down. He's going to get the combo off of it.
Scary pressure. Chris is just blocking it out. He just needs one chance, though.
Ooh, he touched the button there. Got counter hit. Here we go. Bomb time.
Throws him.
Yep.
Quick rise and the jump back jab. The old faithful.
Yeah. Like, I almost feel like ChrisG, if he can call out that TampaBison wants to do that V reversal, throw a longer fuse bomb. Then he can throw him to the floor, and then when he gets up, still has to deal with the bomb mix-up, perhaps.
Yeah. Problem is that Ibuki throw does not lead to that much. So it's like, there's not really like a lot of that's why jump back jab is so good there, right? It's like you throw somebody as Ibuki, it's just like Cammy or Karen, right? You just throw them.
You just don't get anything off of it.
The pressure after is all like relative, right? It's
fabricated.
Like, yeah. It exists in your mind.
Checks him with that stand medium punch. TampaBison standing at some good ranges right now. Oh, that was beautiful. Avoided the EX kunai, air kunai altogether. TampaBison. Oh, slots are down.
Yeah, I feel like Chris is really kind of giving away a lot of damage on antsiness, you know? I mean, really just moving a lot, jumping a lot, hitting a lot of buttons. I feel like he wasn't doing that at the start of the set. 3 V reversals in a row. So he's got no V gauge left, but he's got a lot of gray up on TampaBison's life bar.
Yeah, but scared. I mean, rightfully scared to touch a lot of buttons. And TampaBison is slowly getting a lot of that gray life back.
Yeah, every time Chris forces him to block, I mean, that gray damage stops replenishing, right? So that's what he's looking for. Oh, he got it.
Finally got all that gray life.
It's like 100 damage jab.
Yeah. Using that Psycho Ball to try to get in there, but nice jump from ChrisG, forced a V reversal out of TampaBison, which means TampaBison only just got his V skill gauge, V trigger gauge.
He's got that V skill bison though.
Oh, he just jumped and did nothing, and it almost seemed like he panicked when he landed.
Yeah.
And ChrisG was able just to jab him out of that.
Yeah, and V trigger bison very scary. I mean, like, you know, honestly, without bar, he's not that damaging. But even without the meter available, he's super scary. You know, just the mix-up is so strong. All right, command dash from Chris. He hasn't done that in a little while, so they caught TampaBison off. Oh,
just clipped him. Not even multiple hits, just one hit on that EX uppercut.
Yeah, it was downtown. That was super far away.
He just gets away from that EX Devil's Reverse, and again, pestering with those kunais. Has the anti-air, and again, just not a bad trade.
Chris is out of there. He's got one more kunai back.
Yep, as soon as she stabs you with one, just brings another one right back.
Yeah, and I mean, the problem there is if you try to interrupt that and she happens to be throwing another one, you just get hit again.
Yep. It's pressure, so there's got to be a reversal to try to get him out of there.
And V reversal in a kunai is so good because if it hits you, you get to take all that gray damage.
Yeah.
You know?
not that time. He actually called out that TampaBison was going to try to counter it. Here comes Chris. Good defense from TampaBison. Again, we saw earlier that he was just willing to block, you know.
Oh, he got hit trying to anti-air, it looked like, and that is that. ChrisG, 9-6. Plenty of games to work with here.
Yeah, well, let's see here. The longest win streak that TampaBison had has been 2 games. 2 games. And that would get him to 9-8. He has to win 4 in a row. See if he can do it.
Especially, I feel like since his pace is so slow, even like if you're getting wins, it's very hard to build momentum. You know what I mean? Like if you're an offense-based player, then building momentum is not as difficult. But yeah, we'll see how it goes. Chris out of there, just kind of playing away, and you know, TampaBison gets a bar, immediate devil's reverse with it.
Calls out the command dash and then punishes the target combo as well. But then again, Chris just getting in, guess how? By the jump.
Mix up, stays in the front, good block on the overhead. Man, TampaBison's defense is crazy. I feel like Chris has not been able to make those mix-ups work like he usually can.
Chris likes to use the bomb more for vision obscuring instead of actual left-right mix-ups, it looks like.
Oh, empty low. Wow. One more to close it out. The throw will do it.
Good defense from TampaBison.
Man, this guy is livid. Trade.
You called it.
That'll do it. That's all you want as Chris.
Yeah.
You don't care about anything else.
Especially because TampaBison had no help, and so he's at set point now.
Yeah, set point ChrisG. Clean anti-air. Oh, he was. I can't believe TampaBison. This guy is crazy. Too good. Yeah, and I wonder, you know, Chris, one thing he hasn't gone for yet to deal with that anti-air jab or that jump back jab is the jump kunai. Oh, behind, man. Like, he hasn't really gone for jump kunai to beat that either. It's surprising. Oh, he got him. One more for stun. Over.
Oh, yeah.
Man, that hasn't hit him so long. Is he dead?
Oh my God. That
ChrisG.
That right is like the EX version of Karen's critical art. It always kills at the end.
Yeah, the scaling on the fully charged release into the EX Rida is like non-existent. Yeah. It's crazy, especially since he stunned him off 1 hit with the overhead. So it was one of those things where it just like immediately stunned. So.
All right, well, good stuff to TampaBison though. It's 10-6, so very close. It started off looking kind of bleak because Chris got to a 5-1 lead pretty early on, and it felt like it was going to be another one of those, you know, just steamrolls, but TampaBison definitely made some great adjustments and brought it as close to 7-5, 8-6.
Yeah.
So definitely a lot of good adjustments from him, but just couldn't quite get over that hump, and ChrisG was able to take it.
Yeah, exactly. And it's just like, you know, he had good answers to the jumps, but unfortunately, like, none of them did enough damage, you know, and all of them cost him positioning or focus somewhere else. So it's like really hard to like capitalize off.
Yeah, I felt like the tail of the tape is what you pointed out very, very early on in one of the first games where he jabbed him out of the air twice in a row, and then Chris got in and hit him with one combo, and it was like he did like 3 times as much damage.
Yeah.
And Chris really kind of held that to heart. He just kept jumping, and every time he landed that cross-up would be this big old damage, and so he's like, go ahead, jump jab me, low jab me, I don't care.
I mean, it's just like if you watch Bison, Sakura, and Street Fighter 4. Like
a lot of Sakura Street Fighter 4 talk here.
Yeah, the jump fierce, man. Like if Bison is playing ground game, he's chilling, you know, you get hit by one jump fierce. It's like, all right, well, here's the damage, here's the setup after. Do you survive? If not, then that's that. So it's like the same kind of idea, right? Like it exists in a lot of games.
It makes sense, though. I mean, ChrisG, remember, he was a Sakura user in Street Fighter 4, so obviously he likes his Japanese little girls here. So, you know, going with Ibuki in this game. So good job to ChrisG.
We're going to take a break. We'll be back. Hey everybody, welcome back to ESL. I like the conglomerate of headsets you have going on up there. It's really impressive. I don't know how you balance it. I feel like you must have an extraordinarily strong neck. You know, is that something you hit at the gym? I know you go to the gym with Tasty Steve sometimes. I know you've been.
Yeah.
Is that something that he has you hit? Cause like,
this is actually really uncomfortable. I'm not even gonna lie. I don't know why I did it, but you know,
it's for the memes.
the comedic relief over here.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I just like wearing headphones. And actually, this, like, if I just wear like my regular headphones,
Yeah.
it's not uncomfortable.
Yeah.
Like people say it is. It's
Clearly,
not.
like taking off one pair for an interview is impossible.
No.
Yeah,
It
you
has to
couldn't do
stay
that.
there.
Yeah, you had to keep the headset on. Okay, that makes a lot of sense. So you just beat TampaBison. You played Ibuki. What is it about the Ibuki Bison matchup that you like better than Guile Bison?
Well, I actually only use Ibuki for counter picks.
Okay.
And I feel like Ibuki beats every character that doesn't have a reversal.
Okay.
So if you notice in the matchup, like I was just standing forward, stand short, and I just like keep running it back until I get a hit. Guile, like in that matchup, the main issue is really just Devil's Reverse. And,
That's it?
and if you saw a lot of the times I was getting clipped into, pressure, is because of Devil's Reverse.
Yeah.
And, I don't really want to try to contest it, especially since Guile doesn't do a lot of damage, like in general. Like, so if I get like a hit, like, okay, cool, I get the pressure, jab,
Right.
Strong boom, or whatever, upside down kick, try to do any of that stuff. But with Ibuki, like, I don't have to worry about any of that. Like, everything is just get one hit and then run it back.
Yeah.
I just wish I had better execution right now, and it was frustrating me.
Yeah, we actually saw that you were dropping a lot of combos and stuff like that, which, it's going to happen, especially when you switch characters a lot. Speaking of getting a hit and running it back, we noticed that when you were landing hits early on, like you do EX Kunai, you were just going for the Raida instead of the air side switch. Is there a reason that you started doing the side switch later on, or do you just like taking the Raida for the knockdown? Or
I actually just like to use Raida as pressure.
Okay.
And I feel like all I really want to do as an Ibuki play, I play kind of like how I play Sakura. I get the hit, and then I bring it to the corner. And that's all I was really trying to do.
Okay.
Like, if I have multiple bars, then you could see
Loop
that
it.
when I was just trying to loop it over and over again.
Yeah.
But like normally, I just want to bring you to the corner because in that matchup, especially specifically, every time I got into the corner, I lost.
Yeah,
So-
exactly. You just get stuck, boom, like normal orb, and you're just like,
I can't. I really don't have the range for that. I could have probably stuck out maybe like, standing roundhouse or something of the sort, but I really just wanted to bring him to the corner.
Okay.
And I feel like if I go for that mix-up, I'm going to gain less bar. And especially if it does side switch, I don't want the side switch. I
Yeah.
want to just keep him going forward. So
Okay.
yeah.
That makes a lot of sense. Yeah, speaking on the topic of Sakura, man, Ibuki jump medium kick is very, very good. It seemed like your strategy in the matchup was like, all right, I'm going to jump medium kick him, and he would anti-air you with like down jab or like jump back jab. And like the risk reward was so skewed in your favor. Is that something that you're just like, all right, I'm just going to eat it and like keep going for the jumps, or?
Kind of, actually. It's Bison's ground game is really good.
Yeah.
And against Ibuki, because she does also have stubby limbs, I can't really contest him too much unless I'm sticking out buttons or, dashing in, getting like a standing forward. But since Ibuki can do so many things when she jumps,
You're right.
it's quite easy to just let it rip, Okay, cool. Because I noticed since he was doing crouching jab instead of any other ends here, I mean, first of all, crouching jab just doesn't even make any sense.
Yeah.
Before we go on to Ibuki BS, that just looks stupid as hell. But, since he was doing crouching jab, if he would have kept doing crouching fierce, I would have been like, all right, let me not do this. But, he would just jab and then, do maybe standing roundhouse or forward fierce, and then I would just try to back up and then reset the situation. There was no risk for that.
Okay. One thing I noticed about your Ibuki too is that you really like to stay in the front when you do the EX Kunai, and then you throw the bomb, or you do the kunai bomb, and then you do the jump kunai, second bomb. You never did the dash through mix-up after the roundhouse. Is that because you want to keep the corner positioning still? Is that like a conscious choice?
For the most part, I do. And also, I use bombs differently than other people.
Yeah, for sure.
If in the situation where I make a person block, I'll just go for chip. And if you actually pay attention, every time I made him block, let's say 2 bombs, and then kunai, EX kunais, and EX kunais, it actually comes out to like 30% chip.
Yeah, if chipping, great. You get a lot of great hits too.
And people, they don't see that, but obviously I see it because I like to chip people.
Yeah,
So,
yeah. We know you have a long history.
yeah, exactly, and it's definitely good.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, that's one thing that we talked about actually, is that we feel like when we watch you play characters, you don't play like anybody else. It seems like you're not inspired by other people's play styles. Like you sort of come up with your own ways to play. Is that like something like you don't like particularly like to play the way other people play, or you just have your own style, or?
Well, first of all, I like to differentiate myself between other people.
Okay.
And especially when people play my character.
Yeah.
Because since the beginning of time, whenever I pick up a character, you can easily tell that, oh, snap, this is ChrisG's character.
Okay.
And, I definitely like to play differently. I don't like to do the whole, yes, I was doing set play, but I don't prefer that style.
Yeah.
I'd rather get the pressure, the hit confirms, and my hit confirms are really good. So that was really what I was aiming for when I pick up most characters. And it's fun to me. It makes me have fun with the game.
For sure. Especially like playing your own style, you can imprint your own like personality on it, right? So that is pretty cool. Final question for you here. You have a message to send to K-Brad in the Bahamas. He took a vacation. He's using that EG PTO to go to the Bahamas, hang out with everybody, relax while you're over here working hard. Any message for the boy? Chilling on the beach. Drinking a martini.
If he wants the throne, and I'm not going to say to beat me, we are EG, I don't really care to have it. So,
you don't even want the power is too strong. You don't need the chair.
No.
You just want to be like a roaming vagabond, traveling, taking people out.
I'm definitely the mage, I'm just like, in the chess set, I'm like the bishop.
Okay.
So all I do is just like go diagonal.
Yeah.
And I don't want to be the king. The king is whack.
Yeah, he doesn't get to move that much? Is that what you're saying?
Exactly.
Okay, so it should be king of the bishop is what you're saying.
Exactly.
Okay. I'm starting to get what you're on about here. All right, I got you. Not the rook, though. The rook is pretty bad.
No, that guy's whack.
The rook is whack?
The rook is whack. Because you don't see the bishop coming through. He be coming through random. It doesn't even make sense how he be coming and be like, oh, snap, he just hit you? You could easily see, okay, well, this guy's going forward.
So the rook is straight. So you're saying you're random, and you just hit people randomly? All right, good to know. ChrisG just broke it down here. He explained that all of his wins are random, and it's got to do with luck, like LPN mentioned earlier. It all makes sense now.
I did pick a Buki, so.
So he just broke it down for us. But congratulations to ChrisG. He is our king of the hill here. But we're going to hear about the man who has been working hard all day, Mr. TampaBison, who's over there with James Chen.
All right, I'm here with TampaBison. I know that didn't go quite as you were hoping, but it started off, he won 4 games and you had only won 1, but you had brought it all the way back and were as close as, I believe it was like 8 and 6. What happened early on and what adjustments did you make?
Early on, it's hard to make adjustments against Ibuki. It's so dangerous attacking her. There was some rounds where even I had full control, and then I got clipped by a crouching medium punch, and now I'm, eating mix-up. So it's really dangerous. The only mix-up I have is throwing, and Ibuki, just because of the nature of the character, 3-frame crouching jab, and that leads into her whole game plan. Mixing you up bombs, V-trigger. You don't want to get clipped by that. It doesn't need to be counter hit, so there's no. If you get hit with it, it's over. So there's no throwing her. Really, throwing is really dangerous. It's not worth the 120 damage. I'd rather set it up with a block string, which is why I never went near him to actually mix him up and make him think about my pressure. So a lot of times I just let him wake up, which made his job easy, which is why he was kind of playing a hit and run style, because there's no risk involved. There's no risk involved, so I couldn't really impose my will on him.
Well, were you expecting Guile, or were you surprised at all by the Ibuki pick?
No, I mean, if he would have picked Guile, we was talking about it earlier. It was like the very second you doubt yourself playing Guile, it's over. You might as well don't even pick him. So I play Duo all the time. He's probably thinking about that, maybe. I don't know. So there's no way I'm just going to not know the matchup. So no, actually, I was trying to explain earlier. Like, we go back to that. Trying to explain earlier. Because I answered a question no one asked. I was talking about how most Bison's play style doesn't really aid itself to like beating Guile, and I felt like mine's did because I don't overextend myself. Okay. So I was really confident against Guile, but against Buki, you can't really, like I said, you can't really pressure her because the way she wakes up, you can't see it. Like a lot of times, I would just press jab, and even if it counter hit, I would just walk away because I wasn't confident in it at all. So I would just press jab and then like kind of see if he would jump or dash forward or do something else that I was ready for.
So, Chris mentioned that, if you were hitting him, anti-airing him with a bunch of crouch heavy punches more, he might have been a little bit discouraged to jump. But is that just not a good proposition? Too hard to land that?
It's too temperamental. You can keep jumping in on fierce too. I mean, I'm trading in 30 damage for 90, big deal. It's the nature of that character. Ibuki is gonna keep jumping in regardless. I don't know what that's, trading in 60 damage. I mean, if that fears led into like some kind of like hard knockdown or something, maybe I'd use it. Yeah, if it was like actually more threatening, I would use it. But after I found out I have crouch and jab, it's like, what's the point of fierce? I mean, fierce is very situational. It's slow. I have to know you're gonna jump with crouching jab and jumping jab. I can actually react. So that's what. So I use jab, jumping jab, crouching jab to react to the jump, so I can focus on other things like not getting hit with crouching medium punch, which did not work out. This did not.
Well, I mean, how much experience do you have against Ibuki? Do you have a lot of Ibuki in your area that you play against?
All my experience comes from online, all of it. So it's kind of irrelevant that like maybe if because even in the best players in Florida, I don't play them often. Maybe in tournament, that's it. Flash is doing some weird thing where he's traveling. He can travel to Italy, but he can't go to TNS. So like he's doing that. So I can't play him just in case he plays Ibuki or something. I don't know. Dude's the only person like at that level I need to be at to play, and he'll play Armika. So
Well, I mean, obviously you're a very strong player. I mean, when you've been to CEO, you defeated like Momochi in Street Fighter 4 before. You've beaten. Oh, was it Mochi or Daigo that you beat? You beat someone in Street Fighter 4. Oh, okay.
It was Street Fighter 4. If you mentioned a CEO, I think that was Shanghai.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. No, because you're obviously a very strong player. Are you looking to get sponsored at this point in time?
Of course.
Well, hey, look, here's a man right here. Like, I mean, is that? But I mean, if you do get sponsored, that means you would definitely try to travel to as many events as you could, right?
Of course, as afraid I am of planes, I'd still get on one. I mean, I'll try not to fall asleep and wake up dead or whatever the hell he said before. I don't know what he said. He said something about dying. I didn't like to feel. So.
Well, okay. So, I mean, obviously you're looking to get sponsored. Where can people contact you? Or, like, is there anything that you want to shout out? Or, like, you have a YouTube channel, your Twitter?
Shout outs to Rita. Shout outs to Jonah 10. Banana Claus. Klee Guy 1. There's a whole bunch of people that, like, actually, they've been supporting me since the very beginning on Twitch. So those guys. Recorded Live, that's another one. Gentleman Crab. Can't really remember 200, 300 people on top of my head, but those are the guys that have been there since day one, supporting my stream at twitch.tv, Tampa_Bison. That's Tampa_Bison. Just make sure they hear it.
Right. What about a Twitter? Do you have a Twitter?
That's also Tampa_Bison. Just put an @ in front of that.
All right, so if you're looking for a player to sponsor, you know where to contact him, you know where to look for him. So, but good job. Again, like I said, it started a little bit down, but you caught all the way up. I'm sure you got Chris pretty nervous once you got within 2 games like that.
The way he was playing, it was like, hey, what's there to be afraid of? There's nothing there to be afraid of. And if I try to make him afraid of something, which is, all right, I got to start throwing him, I'm too scared. It's like, if I get hit with any normal, it's over. So it's like, I wanted to contain him before I started taking risks. You know, get him in a corner. All right, you're there. All right, now here I come. You know, and it's like a situation if I press, make you block a jab, and then throw you. There's nothing you can do about that. So I'd rather take that risk than to try to throw just raw as he wakes up. Not going to happen. So.
I'm trying to talk you up here, you know. No. All right, no, but great job to TampaBison. Let's throw it back to Sajam at the desk.
Well, that was a lovely interview, and we can see the bracket here. Thanks to TampaBison for showing up. He had a great set against LPN, and a good one against ChrisG too. I think that he showed some pretty great adaptation through the set. But even still, ChrisG took it 10-6. So he's your king of the hill. There's some kind of weird legal obligation he made it here. You know, some kind of EG contract situation that I'm not so sure about. The legal department's going to have to take a look at it, but they got the job done.
Yeah, so congratulations to K-Brad, sort of, I guess, you know, for electing his proper replacement.
Yeah, I guess that's when he was like, look, I'm going to send somebody who can handle business.
Right.
Who I trust to hold it down for me.
I mean, I hope people have managed to see that K-Brad video where he was just like, yo, you know who this is. You know, it's your boy K-Brad.
Like,
exactly.
The usual stuff. Momochi the God. Just the war. Like, everybody knows the story. You know, it's like we've all seen it before.
Yeah, but he's literally like
what it is.
on the beach, and he's got like this EG tank top, which they probably made just for him, just for that video, you know?
But the royal treatment.
Yeah, but he said he was going to sick his goons on people, so he said he's got ChrisG out there, and, you know, like I said, Chris did his job. Yeah.
Yeah, there he is.
Well, I mean, look, that means Chris is going to have to come back next week.
You know he's not happy about that.
Oh, man.
He had all this time planned to take off, and K-Brad forced him into it. He was like, look, you're the new guy to the team. You got to handle the obligations. That's just the way this goes.
Yep, exactly. But if you guys, as we mentioned earlier, we have No Respect going up against Brian F. Two players who have actually made some pretty notable splashes at some recent tournaments that we've had. So, but if you want to keep track of who's showing up and who's going to be playing when, and knowing when this starts up, and seeing a bunch of cool highlights from the sets, you can follow on Twitter at twitter.com/ESLSF. And then, of course, you're watching this on twitch.tv/ESL. Make sure you follow and subscribe.
Yeah, please do so. Make sure to check them out. Also, check out the UltraChin TV show, which happens every Tuesday, 8 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, give or take 10 or so minutes, depending on how the traffic from Ultra David's house is, to the UltraChin Studios, which is in a super penthouse suite, of course, in downtown Santa Monica. It's really nice. We call it the UltraChin Auditorium. Is the official name.
It's not
for
at
it.
all in a dungeon in the basement.
No, it is in
like
fact
that.
a penthouse suite in downtown Santa Monica, where we do the UltraChin TV show. Definitely check that out every Tuesday, 8 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Other than that, you know. That's, you know, the usual business for UltraChin.
That's right. But I hope you enjoyed the sets that we had here today. Great players. And again, ChrisG's going to come back and face the winner between No Respect, whose Urian did beat Punk at West Coast Warzone, and Brian F's Balrog, who took Momochi to the limit at
In my head, I erased the memory of him losing. And he beat Momochi in my head, you know? That's how I think about it.
It was your fault he lost, right? Because he knew that you could get the subscribe if he, you know, like inspired.
That was happening no matter what. There's no way out of it. He knew what he was getting himself into.
All right, we'll talk more about that next week. In any case, thank you guys for tuning in. Peace out, and we'll see you soon.